insane, sir.
I've seen Major Payne more than once.
You're saying that Keenan
Ivory
Ivory Wayne's writer and comedian is not funny.
Wait, which one's Keenan?
Keenan is the one, he wrote material. He wrote Raw for Eddie Murphy.
Well, first of all,
Right?
all of them are good. Not all of them. Almost all of them are good writers.
And we're back.
I'm talking about actors, delivery. None of them are funny except Damon Wayans Jr.
He's in the wrong generation to appreciate it, as am I, actually.
No. Yeah. This is not a generational thing.
Or Raw.
Raw.
Have you ever seen How Many Get Your Sucker?
Okay.
Yeah, Raw that's a generational thing.
Unfamiliar.
I don't
Hey,
know.
everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, we are back. We can have this discussion later.
Yes,
I don't know any of them, so.
Jesus, like, we can or we will.
Either personally or just in general.
You are attacked.
I knew you would. That's why I looked at you when I said it. I knew you'd take issue.
Apologize when we had to restart stuff. So.
Yeah, but we're back now, so everything should be hunky-dory. Except for...
Go use the other bathroom. Thank you. Bye.
Well, except for random children.
Who is that kid?
I don't know. He hangs around here and eats all the time. Slightly looks like me a little bit.
A little bit.
Somewhat.
You should find out who that is then.
Yeah.
It's funny because my daughter has more of my personality than he does. Which, she's ready to fight geese.
Alright. Who would like to retell the tale of what happened last week?
Ooh, I would do
got
that.
Kidnapped. Or bird napped.
Again.
I didn't shoot her this time when she got taken.
Hey, this time she was not brainwashed. She was just taken.
Yoinked, if you will.
Yes, she was yoted.
Oh, wait. Did you just say yeeted?
I said yoted.
Yoten. And upon looking for her, we found Nosferatu, the undead that makes others his whatever. We found a vampire. And
yeah, it definitely wasn't Nosferatu.
Then we proceeded to
More
kill said vampire.
Turned into a bat.
Totally turned into a bat.
He did.
And,
reassemble in his coffin because
some people crushed
discerning
it.
souls had set it on fire before we got into the engagement.
those discerning souls also engaged in horse theft, which
not both of them, just me.
Mm-hmm.
You also shot a cat.
I don't recall. Cassidy does not recall that.
I had never heard of the whole coffin thing. Was not familiar. Now I know what to do about vampires. I feel like it was educational.
Yeah.
Well, you see, one time I read this book called True Blood, and I read it a lot, and even though I hated the Were-Panthers, and that's when I gave up on it very early in season 3, but the church cult thing was kind of okay. Anyway, long series of books, that's how I knew.
I thought that was my dinner with the vampire.
So
You did
Interview.
gain a new member of the party.
Yay!
Did we?
I mean, y'all forced him.
We
Y'all-
yelled him.
Yeah, y'all forced him to come along with you and won't let him leave. So
Oh, yeah.
his name is Noah. He has the cat that that Cassidy killed.
does not recall that. I don't know what you're talking
To
about.
be fair, we
Just
heard
say
that he
Jason.
was a douche canoe. It just seemed wise to just not give him a lot of choices.
That's also fair. He is kind of a douche canoe, as you all have seen.
And
We
it's
have.
fun to watch him try to cast spells.
It is, although he did very well, and I'm still very upset.
I mean, really, the chances are like, you're doing it 50-50, yeah?
He's a terrible sorcerer.
Yeah, I did it 50-50, and he kept going over 50. I hate it.
And 50-50 is already like, please, let me roll the wild magic table. Just because it's so fun.
Yeah, like, the wild magic table's great.
We have another new member of the party.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Oh.
And would you like to introduce them, Doctor?
I made Toby a friend named Hogo, so now I have 2
Dead
buddy
bodies.
skeletons that hang out with me. Friends.
Buddies.
Probably the best friends I've ever had.
Oh.
I would be more offended, but I'm just like, yeah, that checks out.
I mean, what other friends are going to do exactly what you want them to do all the time?
I've been looking.
They don't exist.
they do if you make them. And they're your undead slaves.
That's what I was going for with Chibi. It just did not work out.
Oh, this shit.
Why do you get all the bees back?
I love
So-
bees.
So, and then we went back to the town.
Yes, went back to the town and Mia wants to see.
A queen bee can lay 800 to 1,500 eggs per day.
Whoa.
It says real facts, though.
It has quotations.
Why is
around
it
the
in
word
quotations?
The last one was blatantly inaccurate. It was just for fun. So now I don't know whether that's true or not.
What last one?
I don't know. The one last week also
That's
said
true.
real facts. I think it was something
I
weird.
tend not to trust facts that put real in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
That is
800 to
a
1,500.
very productive
It says
bee.
up to 2,000. So yeah.
Why did they?
Damn. To make you worry.
It's not over real. It's over real facts. Probably because it's trademarked.
Anyway,
Anywho.
Real
confirmed.
facts sounds
Today
like
I
fake
learned.
facts.
Because they can't trademark the...
CIO.
That's not how trademarks work. You can't trademark the words real facts. So you have to trademark it as a quotation.
Anyway, more discussions for a later time. I'm just gonna start singing.
I like it with the orange.
Did anything else happen?
That's all.
Not in particular.
Hmm.
If y'all are in the desert,
Hmm.
there was that as well.
I think, yeah, we went back to the town and
Yep,
chilled
and
out,
promptly fell asleep.
crashed.
Promptly crashed because it was nighttime. And you spent most of the night.
Oh, so we got a long rest. Okay.
Yes, the lot of you do not wake up until about midday the next day. You had quite an adventure the night before.
That tracks.
When you wake up, you do notice Noah's not upstairs with you guys. But when you go downstairs to check everything out, he looks like he's been up for a while. He's got like 6 mugs of coffee around him, and he's got like paper all over a table like he's been working.
I gotta sit down at the table. What's up, chicken butt?
Oh, hello, good morning, how are you?
Alright. Is it still morning?
I'm not sure. He just kind of looks out the window.
What's all this, please?
Well, since I guess I've been kind of pulled into your little grouping,
Volunteer. Go on.
yes, I have been volunteered to join you. I decided I would try to get as much information as possible together as I could, about the castle that you're going to.
Dope. What have you found?
Bless
Well,
you.
That's the funny thing. And he holds up a scroll, and you cannot read it.
Sweet, that scroll looks like people wrote in it.
I started writing down a bunch of information in a coffee haze, and I cannot read anything I wrote.
I walk downstairs and just kind of.
Does it look like it's written in common? It's just illegible?
Yes, like
Okay.
it's definitely written in common. You recognize some of the letters,
Ooh.
but it looks like someone just like
Can I try to read it?
it
Can I
looks
try
like
to read it?
someone like you'll know when people pretend to write and they just have like scribbles.
It's like typing. That's that.
Yeah,
On a
like
scroll.
y'all are welcome to try, but
What do I need to roll for?
because
If we have a lower int score, does it increase our capability of reading this writing?
you know what? We're gonna have fun with this. I want you both to roll a percentage dice.
A percentage? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to use one of my new ones. Oh, wait. I need to.
40%.
40%.
If it makes it any better, my int modifier is a +1.
Holy crap. 99%.
Right. You can decipher some of it.
Like I see an and in
You
there,
decipher
a B.
Balor's castle, sharp pointy things, spoopy, like the actual word spoopy,
Is that a
and
word?
and travel dangerous.
I give it back to him. Coffee, please.
Oh, yeah. It
How
wasn't.
good is this
It
happen
wasn't
to you?
even 40%. It was
Like,
4%.
the,
It was
The-
a 4%.
Oh,
It was even more impressive than that.
you just kind of looked at it and pecked at it a little.
Apparently, my wisdom
but,
modifier, my intelligence
wait-
modifier, has
waitress
in fact
comes-
gone down.
Waitress comes by, gives you all coffee and morning delicious drinks
Just
and
as
some
comparison.
leftover pastries.
I pull
Pocket
a
bacon.
well-worn book out of
And
the
some
bag
pocket
of
bacon.
holding and start reading it.
What do you take out?
A well-worn book out of my gun kit.
Okay. All right. And then someone had a question. Oh, yeah. Yes,
Does
how?
that happen to you? Is this something that happens to you,
Oh,
often enough?
the coffee haze?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Oh, every now and then, yes.
Does it usually signal some impending disaster of some sort?
Oh, no, I'm just a disaster myself. And just goes back to writing.
Are you
Do
gonna
you
turn
sleep?
into a Pikachu?
I heard one word in that. That's amazing.
Did you ask if he became a Pikachu?
No,
The
if he was
bunker
gonna
sucked.
turn into a Pikachu,
Huh?
The bunk room sucked.
No.
that'd be quite a twist.
We all slept in a bunk room. We didn't sleep in individual rooms.
Sure.
They only had that bunk room. Bunk room
Yeah.
sucks.
I was Crusher snoring.
Sorry.
Seems
Pressure
unlikely.
snores. Is that what that noise was?
I'd been
You
cast in
snore?
thaumaturgy by this
Crusher's
time.
like, is Crusher, I don't know, where are you? You come down.
I am here. Yes. Hello.
Everyone basically at the table, I think, except the doctor. Or
You
is it-
snore?
Hi.
Okay.
I don't have. Wait, what?
What is the noise you make when you power down, Crusher? The one that we kept hearing.
I don't know. I may be hung.
We
I,
gotta find
I,
this
how
out.
do you?
You
how
see
do
that
you
Noah
know
has
if
like a
you-
notebook ready to write down.
Hi, hello. How do you know if you snore?
Usually somebody complains about it.
Do I snore?
Nah, I was just casting thaumaturgy by Cassidy
Oh,
to
okay.
make him think he heard
What's
snoring.
what are you writing?
Oh, well, I'm writing.
Scribble.
He has no idea.
Well, I
Oh.
don't know much about your kind, so I'm trying to write down as much as I can.
But you said that you have heard of us, yes?
Oh, yes, yes, but I've never seen you before.
Right.
I've never encountered this. I only have the stories.
What do these stories say?
Well, the stories say that you were part of the king's army back in the day.
What's king?
There was a king.
It's ambiguous. King had never had a name.
The king didn't have a name.
Kingdom's coming.
Tales don't always have king names. Some tales don't even have names.
I mean, sure, but like it has to be history. It's not just a tale of some kind, right? Because I am. Wait, how long ago?
I mean, I've been hearing them since I was a child. I don't know how old the stories
How
How
are.
old are you?
And he just kind of looks at him. Well, I'm
Just
human,
give
so
us
I'm
a
within a
decade.
range.
No, I know, but like,
I'm 35.
so I am at least 35 years old.
That's,
Probably.
Maybe.
no,
Possibly.
you know what?
So
if you have been hearing that, if he has been hearing them since he was a kid, then
That's if you're a alpha generation.
oh,
Got it.
well, that's fair.
Maybe though. I mean, I don't know. Do you know if they kept making them? Like if it was an ongoing?
are they still being made today?
Not that I'm aware of, but I've also not been in modern civilization for a while. This is the closest.
Wait, but they were made. Right?
Yes, yes.
are
they
you
were
like
made.
are you like a time traveler or a hermit?
I guess more of a hermit?
Okay.
Those are only
Then,
option A, option B.
then who
There is no
told
other
you
option.
these stories?
Well, my parents did.
How old were they?
I don't know.
Also books and such.
The point is, the tales all talked about it, or the tales, I've dissected them. This area must have been where it was from. Not like here, obviously. It's a weird forest out there with weird vampires in it. But
There was
my
more than one
guess...
vampire.
Huh?
Was there more than one vampire?
There was definitely an S on the end of that word.
God, I hope not.
Feels like a really important clarification.
Yeah,
That
that's
seems like a pretty
I only know of the one. Only know of
Okay.
one.
But you,
There is the only ancient castle in this land is Balor's castle. So it has to have been from there,
I
right?
was made in
In the desert.
But the only location is the big evil thing that we are going to kill.
But it might not have been big and evil back then. It might have just been big.
Maybe not.
They were made to protect the king. This castle seems pretty anti-current, monarchy of stability type of place.
Sounds like you had a purpose.
Essentially.
How long have
Now I
you?
found out.
How long have you been aware? Like how long since you woke up and?
Sorry, I myself am giggling.
No. How long ago?
We were together for 6 months.
It's okay,
Gosh.
Gosh.
From
I
my
don't know how to
recollection, you
tell
said about
time.
2 years, right?
It's been about I think about over
Yes,
2
yes,
years at this point because we have been traveling for a while. So about 2 years.
What were you doing for 2 years?
Chill.
Now that you're just now trying to find out where you came from.
No, I've been trying to find out the whole time, but there was a while where I wasn't doing that. I was just kind of
Babysitting.
Existing and such?
hanging out with someone,
With who?
a friend.
What friend?
She was
So your girlfriend?
definitely not.
Are you
Was it-
interested in those sort of
Was
relationships?
it the chick? You told me I heard her name. Detective Fox.
Yes.
You told me
Yeah.
it was.
Her name was Lena.
Her
That's a nice
name's
name.
Lena.
She was a chick.
Okay, so anyway, the
I
point
was
is,
with
maybe.
her and then she died.
Oh, how did she die?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't
You got
know.
separated or something?
She told me to go away.
That's
Wow.
pretty mean.
That's pretty rude.
She told me that that's how she wanted it.
What was her name? I forgot.
Lena?
I must write these down. I'm not good at remembering names. I don't know if
I
you've
picked
noticed.
up on that.
Well,
So-
so I've written down her name, so I'll
Oh
keep
my
an eye
God.
out for Lena
Oh my God.
gravestones.
Okay.
There's so much.
Okay.
Well, Michael, what's your plan?
I want to stay and flush out this whole conversation, see what we can find, and then head off. Right? Does that sound amenable?
We need to go outside for a little bit. We'll be back.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you need any backup or anything?
Probably everybody should stay very far away for a little bit.
What are you doing?
What in the bloody fuck
Well,
is he
Are
doing?
you testing
yeah,
explosives?
my guns.
I found this old book, and it's got how to make a shape charge in it, but I've never made one before.
What is a shape chart?
It goes boom in one particular direction that I choose. Hopefully not mine.
I take out one of my 2 remaining flashbangs. I'm like, will this help you make it better? Good, because I really like it.
Yeah,
Just
you
for
hold on to
clarity,
those.
did you say shape or sheep?
Shaped.
Okay.
I thought it was a sheep bomb, like worms.
So give me a little bit,
Where do you plan to do this to be kind of out of the way?
preferably away from anything within a 15-foot radius, which is the
You do it where the doc could see from a window, maybe, if he needed to check.
Well, I was thinking if this went wrong, y'all would probably know.
Okay. Fair enough.
How?
Due to me not existing anymore in the preceding
Or could it be
boom.
listening?
Yes,
for
but the
a-
odds that I
Boom.
can put you back
Well-
together are pretty good.
The chances of it
You know what,
succeeding
Doc? If I
and
die,
it
just
still being a boom
Don't put me back together.
is probably
Definitely.
pretty high.
I
if it
won't.
explodes.
I somehow think you would get this wrong.
I would think that if it works out right, there would be a big boom, and if it doesn't, then there would not be a boom.
There shouldn't be a big boom upon constructing it.
Oh,
Using it, yeah. So I step outside for just a quick second because I'm going to start this thing cooking.
Does he always do this?
Yeah.
Something stupid?
Yes.
I heard that!
I mean, sometimes it works out, though. I mean, it's not always that stupid. And he's learned to step away from the group before. That's new.
He's never done that.
So anyway, this which king was it?
I haven't been able to find many records of king names in the
So,
area.
like, was it your
Like they're not
parents
appearing
that
in
told
this
you
film.
stories? Was it the current, like, leadership, I assume, in that time? So not the big bad evil? That was not my fault, that was Siri.
Understandable.
Nosy.
Well, I assume I didn't actually question the stories very much. I mean, I was 4.
Sure.
You were 4 when your parents stopped telling you stories?
No, I just didn't question the stories when they started telling me.
Did you grow up in, like, a peaceful time, though? Did it seem
Oh,
like...
yes, very peaceful.
So you have to assume the king was good.
I
Probably.
I assume so, yes.
Well,
What do you
was
mean
it-
only 4?
I didn't say that.
How old are you, Doctor?
How old are you?
23-ish?
I'm 16.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
If you want to. And you
Most
roll a
people
bluff check
don't.
if you're bluffing.
I'm not.
Most-
Kobolds reach maturity at like 4.
No, I know, but most people don't ask how the other person is, and they'd be like, now
Now I'll tell you.
I believe him completely, even if he was bluffing. That is the first
Hey!
Natural
one.
one.
It's going to be a great session.
Hey.
Fantastic. Pass that bad luck on to my percentage
You're
dice for
16?
Noah so he can do stupid stuff.
No,
You're pretty old.
I don't want that.
Yes, a lot of kobolds. Well, it depends because kobolds are so stupid and they eat literal feces, and so no one really knows how old a kobold can live to. But in my clan, generally, everyone only lived to 25, 30.
Were you the last of your clan?
No.
Cool.
All right.
All
I'll
right,
walk
then.
back in now. I'll just kind of go like, can I get a shot of whiskey, please?
Did it go back?
Waitress
No,
brings
no,
you
it went okay.
Is it finished?
Well, I mean, depending on if it blows up or not, but it's finished.
she brings you a shot of whiskey.
Can I look at it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Can I look at you? Did you hurt yourself at all?
No, it's just currently sitting in my bag.
Okay.
Is
Your hand
it
is-
stable there?
Sure.
Great.
I've never made one of these things.
Crusher
but it's,
seems
it's in the bag.
unconvinced.
So you don't
It's safe.
Is it in? It's in the bag of
Do you know?
holding.
Huh?
Bag of holding.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, it
And I
should be
shake the
fine.
bag.
It's not. It could blow everything up in the pocket dimension, but it should be fine to not blow us up, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Wait, how?
Should you be
Probably.
shaking
I mean, I don't know how this thing works. I can't even hear it really shaking in there.
Well,
I'm not really
is that a
good with
bag of holding?
playing it.
You're not going to hear it rattling around in there. It's a pocket dimension.
Yeah. Can you
Does
confirm
it
for
even
us
rattle?
if it
Yes, can you explain
If it
pocket
explodes,
dimensions?
does it explode anything else we have in there? Probably.
Most likely, I
but
guess.
not explodes outside.
I.
Like it
Don't
won't
think
hurt
so.
him from inside the bag until we retrieve.
I'm
it.
not going
Or
to
will
lie
it,
to
like,
you. I've not
damage the
tried this
bag?
experiment. We should, though.
I'm not gonna lie.
And
I
he-
don't
he
know how
starts
this
digging
works.
around
Do
in his
you
bag.
have a spare bag of holding?
No, but I do. I think I have some explosives, and he starts like digging through his bag.
Well, we're not gonna explode ours on purpose. in
No,
this
why
case.
not? We can
That's
dump the bag out so all our belongings are safe, and then put something in there.
But
like,
what if it? What if
the
it?
dumb cape?
What if it damages the bag though?
Easy come, easy go.
For once, I'm the one not willing to risk this.
I kind of want to see what happens.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen what happens when the doors are mishap with explosives.
Can you give us
When
your
the-
best estimate,
when the
Noah?
when the
Give me a second. I'm
Yeah,
looking this
okay.
up.
Dwarves, yeah,
dwarves.
yeah. Sometimes there will be
Dwarves.
explosive mishaps.
Well, that's not surprising.
Usually ending in a guy earning the name of Stumpy or Lefty.
Well, that is how dwarves.
Yeah, they don't care. They'll
Mm.
pop a
Seems
mace
about
on there, and
right.
there you go.
Mm.
Seems about right.
Yeah, it's. But then when
Have you ever seen the movie Quest for Camelot?
No.
God.
I was just thinking
No.
about that.
Why are we talking about this movie?
Because it's amazing and it's
amazing
very
movie.
close to Dragon Tales. So whenever we were having that conversation, I was thinking about what I could be if there was only me.
I was actually thinking about the weird scene where there's like a
Poking
big
yourself in the
pot of
peanut.
green stuff, if I remember correctly, and the chicken gets an axe for a head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The bed games are so cool.
Proceeding on with the story here and not whatever this craziness y'all have
Accent chickens are important.
y'all have gone mad.
I can't honestly recommend
Gone?
that to you, but if you
I
happen,
recommend it highly.
Absolutely. Watch that movie.
like, if you happen to be able to appreciate things that probably shouldn't have served, like, you shouldn't be watching past the age of 7,
Now you're
then
getting
you
people
will
in
love
chat.
it.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, it's one of Joseph's favorite movies.
Okay, so I can't find anything on what happens if you throw an explosive into a bag of holding, but I have found ways to explode a bag of holding.
Okay, well,
Is
We're
it
not-
from the outside?
Let's not do that.
Whoa.
I want my bag of holding.
you maybe shouldn't
Hey,
shake
Noah,
it.
do you have anything that's like
Oh, that's fine.
minorly explosive? Like not a lot of damage?
I put tape around it.
He holds up a stick of dynamite.
No.
Oh, that's all I've got.
Does
I mean,
anybody
I have
have any
this.
tape?
He's like, I've got magic.
No.
I feel like you're going to accidentally plant a forest or something.
Wait, the flashbangs. Do they leave residue? How could we see the residue? Makes no sense.
Might be too
Runner
bright
just-
for
they
you to
don't
see
do
it.
any-
Runner pipes up from like his hidden spot at the table. They don't.
They don't do any damage.
They don't leave.
No.
So his don't either. So you really couldn't damage the bag of holding.
There's
It doesn't
this one
damage.
thing I've
Yeah, it's a
seen
directional
before
blast.
in
It's
my
not actually explosive. just
travels.
I thought you were going to say your tribe.
No, because I didn't see them there. I saw them whenever I was looking for them. They're like,
And how long has that been?
I'm not sure. I think like 3 summers.
3 summers or 3 seasons?
I'll get back to you on that.
Is the bartender here?
Yeah, she's wandering around. Like there's a waitress wandering around.
I think they're
I don't know.
I know.
Oh, I don't.
Anyway. I go
I'm
to
not gonna
her.
lie.
And I'm like,
Me counting was me
She was
counting
older,
how many
right?
summers
Yeah.
I remember.
and I'm like, about 31 years ago,
Yeah.
just roughly.
Mm.
Was there a good king in the castle?
And she laughs. Honey, that castle's been abandoned for years.
Like 31 of them.
Longer than that.
Okay.
You got anybody that can express gratitude of us disposing of the vampire, monetarily?
That was such a
Let me-
Maka thing to do.
Let me just take a moment
Came
to
up
appreciate. Hi, I want to know about the landscape. We want money. Like the duality.
More money, please. More money, please.
Well, I mean, the town is kind of
Safer.
poor. What I was going for.
It could be a small reward.
That's what happens when you
A reward, nonetheless.
do a settlement on the surface of the sun.
I would argue you're very rich in dirt.
Would you like to be paid in dirt?
Yes.
Who's your,
Don't listen to him.
these people ain't got crap in them.
Yeah, that's why I was not real thrilled, among other reasons. Because I've taken off after it.
Okay,
Oh, they
so
kidnapped one of ours?
No, I was
I mean-
thrilled after that to get it back.
30 years is like the far end of living memory. So,
Who ruled over this land 30 years ago?
What?
The
Not
desert.
From the castle, just
Like in
general.
the
I've
desert?
been told
Yeah, you had a
that, like,
king
Nobody
or
rules
somewhere
out
around
here.
30 years is like
The law of the land is
quite wizened.
don't run into orcs.
So he's like older than dirt,
Oh,
I'm
what?
guessing.
Any orcs.
Well, that's just racist.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For
Have you
you.
been murdered by an orc?
No, we got a good friend who's one.
Have you?
I've had kin that have, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Into my
Again.
dubstep.
I'm just kidding. Irish, you know that. Or whatever.
Just not to say. I'm
I
not
guarantee
smart.
the
I'm just
one
not
that you
very
know
smart.
ain't full orc.
Yeah, that's true.
Full orcs
I like
Consider,
dwarves.
are
consider it
disgusting.
a blessing of sorts because you just got a freebie from us. So
Are you threatening me?
no,
Maybe.
That ain't no threat. Come on.
Yes.
It's
We got
hot.
rid of your vampire problem. You're welcome.
And we do appreciate it. So much so that we're not charging you for your room and board here.
Well,
She pays you guys back. Sorry.
my thimble runneth over.
I give
If you're
her
gonna be
the money-
ungrateful about it, you can leave.
I give her the money from my room back, and I'm like, no, you keep what you have. It's rough out here.
I can confirm that as someone who was kidnapped by the vampire. It's
Yeah.
pretty
We didn't do
pretty
anything
unpleasant
for
overall.
you. We just got one of our own back. Happened to benefit you.
Well, I truly appreciate it.
Kind of glare at Cassidy.
Are y'all heading out then?
Why is he here?
We're after the big bad. We'll see how that goes.
At the castle?
Yeah.
She obviously put two and two together.
You're talking like Cassidy.
Please.
Yeah, certain doom, death, destruction.
Please.
Come
Yeah,
on,
certain
thing.
doom, death, destruction. Like that.
Please.
Yeah, certain doom, death,
Well, be
destruction.
careful out there. There's
Can you give us any
Orcs.
advice? Anything?
avoid the orcs.
Sure.
I've
Do
heard
they
tell
roam in
that
packs?
they normally do. I heard
An
there's actually one out
admirable
there that's
attempt.
pretty intelligent, so watch your back.
Have a name?
What's intelligent?
The orc. There's an orc
Oh.
leader out there I've heard rumors of that are pretty intelligent. No.
Do you know his name?
No. I don't know orcs' names. They're all like
Just the HOIC. You got it.
All right. Well,
You know.
we saddling up.
I think we're ready to go, yeah? Runner?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Noah?
Of course I'm ready. He's standing there. He's already
Salem?
Salem is unenthusiastically sitting next to him.
I bust some chibi and some, like, calmly up to Salem. I want to see if they get along.
Salem kind of like creeps over, sniff, does like a little paw bat, like the little, and then does like the purr and rub.
Aw.
Well, ain't that cute?
Our cats like each other.
Noah is just like, yeah,
Very sarcastic.
interesting.
Look, our cats like each other.
Huh? Oh, yes, that's fascinating. It's good. It's good.
Do you just write everything down that you see? Do you have a problem with memory?
Sort of.
Is it
In what way?
by writing illegibly?
Well, I'm worried that I will forget certain information that could help in the future.
Like if the cats get along?
You never know.
Sure. Alright, saddle up.
That's
them
not
out.
weird. Guys, we got a
Yes?
stenographer. Let's go.
Run.
Yeah. I gotta go upstairs, grab Hogo and Toby. Let's go, guys.
I should probably get my roll off
Well,
the
that cart's getting
ceiling
full now.
with the
Basically.
roof.
We'll say that they got that down for you. Like the,
I mean, it'd be easier for me to get it down.
I assume the cart's big.
well, I mean, like the night before, they probably. like,
Well, do they have horses?
Well,
Do
I don't know.
does Noah have a horse?
no.
Can Noah
Well-
be a horse?
Can you?
We need to buy more horses. One horse.
Let's just assume the cart's
I could turn you into a horse.
One horse cannot
Noah has
pull
already started
me,
to try and
Crusher,
cause more.
Maka,
Oh my God.
Noah,
Yeah, that is
Salem,
pretty bad.
Runner. And you love horses.
I could hit
Noah succeeded in casting polymorph. He
I-
is now a horse.
you.
I go
Oh,
up and I'm like, can I ride you?
you could just hit, or you could just hitch him to the cart. So you got.
Do you speak horse?
Duh.
Well, no, because if we're subbing out
No, he went like this.
marker for runner, it's the same weight the
Oh, I
horse
thought
has
that
been
was just
pulling this
like
whole
a-
time.
Okay.
Like a
And
thing
you
horses
should
do.
know, if horse gets used to less weight, it's gonna hate it when it has
I
more
figured
weight,
you
probably.
might not know how to do a cart
All right. Well,
with another horse, but like. And I'm gonna
Salem,
pace
by the
with
way,
it.
is in the cart and is looking judgmentally at the Noah horse.
it's a cat,
Yeah.
It's a familiar.
Have you
though.
seen a cat not look judgmental?
pretty much. I'll give you that.
Nope.
I'll give you that.
That was me just now.
But
And
But it's also a familiar, and familiars act more personable to their
As I
Person.
ride by the cart, I kind of just look at the cat and go,
I snap Chibi out, and I'm gonna pace the cart. Oh no! Like, I'm not
Gun
trying.
thing at the cat.
Noah's
he
enjoying
killed.
being a horse.
Oh, then I let him run
Clearly I
around
didn't
stuff
kill
if
it.
he wants to.
Oh yeah, like
it is alive.
He's just
You-
fine, like you can tell that he's just testing stuff out. Like, can I do this?
I let go of the reins completely. I hold like the saddle. We
the saddle
can we
horn.
say we got a saddle.
Yeah, we'll say that. Why not?
I mean,
Well, we-
you
Hold
can,
the
you can
saddle
put a
horn,
blanket
dig
on him.
my knees.
Well, we
in,
had
so I
two
just let him
saddles
do
because
whatever
one
he wants.
saddle for each horse, and then the
All right.
horse is now on the cart, so we had an extra saddle anyway.
That's true.
So we take off.
Science.
So
I feel like math
we
would
had
be a
done
better
chestnut
description.
and nut
I don't
chest
know
or
how to
whatever.
do
No,
that.
there she's
Not
riding.
just.
She's riding
What was
the
horse's name?
the
Nut
centaur.
Hazelnut.
Yep.
Yeah, the cart could pull all of
Hazel.
us. So I just took two
Chestnut
of
and
us
hazel.
off and then paced the cart.
Or alternately, their ship name of Hazelnut.
No,
Oh,
the horses' names are
God.
Chestnut, Thunder, Domino, and Peaches that we had choices of.
Our horses are Chestnut.
Yeah,
and
they
Hazel.
sold you another
Okay,
horse.
Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
wasn't one of the main four in the
Okay.
barn.
Anyways, as y'all are riding around, Noah
I'm
like
flying.
oh well, yes, you're flying. Noah gives like a little hint that he's gonna run, and like bolts, like just doing a wee.
So all this time the cart's going, we're like, look at us guy, like Scooby Dooing back and forth.
Pretty much. He stops though when you guys get a little bit too far ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and you see it too. There is an orc raid party coming right for you.
How many of them are there?
There's like 6, maybe 7.
Have they
We'll
seen
fly down
us?
towards you.
How
There.
far away are they?
They are increasingly getting closer to you as Noah runs back with you in a panic,
Yeah.
and he shapes back into himself about the time he gets back to the cart. So you just kind of like fall down.
Had worse.
Sorry about that.
Hello. How's it going?
Orcs!
What?
They're about 100 feet away, but they are closing very fast.
And
100
they
Do you
feet
guys
away
see
is
the
not
orcs?
very far.
Y'all can see like the speck on the horizon coming over.
Once they get within 80, I'm going to. Should I take a shot at it?
No.
Well, you have the big orc thing on.
Mm-hmm.
Can we increase?
Well, we have the orc thing from Adam.
Can anybody increase the sound of their voice? Give them
Yeah.
a chance to stop. Give them a scare.
What should I say?
Stop. Stop. Send one person forward. Send one of their party forward.
Orcs like to spread out in a line.
Well, they need to stop.
Red Rover.
Sure.
See if they
Okay.
stop.
So I
Give it-
cast Thaumaturgy, which can make your voice up to 3 times louder, and I say, "Stop! Adam has given us passage through these lands. You may send one."
They do not stop.
I'm going to cast.
I do it again in Inferno.
They do not stop.
I figure.
Do they speak anything other than orc-ish?
That's what I'm.
Orc and Dwarvish are written the same.
Hmm?
So the written dialect
Dwarvish?
for orc is
I speak
Dwarvish,
Dwarvish.
so they may understand Dwarvish.
Is there a way to increase the sound of my voice? Can you cast it
I
on me?
can do that.
Is it like,
I'll see. Hang
I
on
was
a
gonna
second.
say, it might have a range where you can only cast on yourself.
Better hurry,
But
Like
yeah,
all
I'm-
the buffs worth taking.
because I'm taking my rifle down. Because once they get within 80, I can pop a shot at one.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I think maybe you can
All right.
this auto refresh.
Can I fly up like real high and go over near them where I can check out what they've got going on?
Be careful.
I mean, you can. No one's saying you can't. You have the ability.
Advise against that until I can at least try to get them to stop. I don't want them taking a shot at you, Birdie.
That's fair.
No, it's only me.
Okay, well, I can try to yell out.
I would like to run forward until I'm about 30 feet in front of them.
You're going to be very separated from the party.
As they're coming toward, I want to run about 30 feet ahead of mine, and then wait until they're about 30 feet ahead of me. Can I see if there's one that looks kind of like a leader?
There is one that looks relatively like they're in charge.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of.
By the way, did you really quick? Did you fly over and did the? Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my axe and kind of to make myself as big as I can.
Be
and
scary.
It's not a spell or anything, but I'm going to try and frighten the leader.
So
They
intimidating.
have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God. All right. And what do they have to beat?
13.
Well, they rolled 15. So
I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself.
I gotta get.
I
gotta
can't
boost to your
use give them a
job.
scare. They're too far away.
I'm gonna look like an orc.
How close are they now?
No.
they're closing in to 30 feet. They're now surrounding Crusher.
Oh,
Half orc. With the necklace, and I can only go a foot taller than I am, so I'm like 5'4", so it's gonna be 6 foot.
Okay.
Something.
I would like to cast give them a scare.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry.
Just do things.
Let me
Sorry.
do things.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
And I'm gonna walk in
He's
front of the
holding his
cart. I'm not
forward.
like trying to aggress yet. I'm just seeing what happens, but looking like a half orc with
Right.
the necklace.
All right. So the orcs are
Honestly.
now surrounding Crusher. They don't look like they're about to attack, but they do all have weapons, and some of them are riding like dire wolves and creatures, basically giant things. Creepy.
Just like Lord of the Rings.
Huh?
It's just like the Lord of the Rings.
Exactly.
Can I go?
You
What have they responded to her?
No, they are focused on Crusher right now because Crusher tried to intimidate them, and he is 30 feet away from you.
So yeah, so they're all 30 feet. I'm gonna pick up my pace and try and get there pretty quick.
All right, the leader is like glaring at you, openly glaring at you.
Putting my axe not down, but kind of resting the bottom on the ground and putting my hands just on top of it and staring it back.
I'd like to try talking in Dwarvish then,
All right,
but I'm not putting my gun away.
Where are you?
Hmm?
Maka's currently it is Crusher, and then Maka's closest,
Oh, I'm getting off the horse now. Go up to where Crusher is.
Okay, so let's do Maka first because Maka was heading there first.
I'm like, hey, can't do it. What's all this? In my gruffest voice.
The leader of their little party looks to you. Like, he looked up like he was ready to, like, start yelling. And then he sees you, and he sees the necklace, and he stops. And he pushes the other orcs out of the way, like, pushes his way over. Where you get? And points at the necklace.
They speak common.
I'm not gonna keep doing that voice. We helped your boy, Adam, out of quite a lot of trouble with
He
his
picks
city.
you up by the shirt. Like,
He's gonna have to. He picks me up and probably catches my hair at first because I look tall. I'll show it to you if you're trying.
yeah. Like, he grabs at basically where the necklace is sitting, just like,
Whoa!
where? Adam.
Can I do a check to see if I think he has ill will towards Adam?
Like an insight check.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's a 15, I think. Let me double check because it could be way off.
Is Dwarvish really that close to Orcish?
The languages are written the same way. It may or may not
That's
be.
not right. It is. Just
So if I
kidding.
speak
It's 10.
Dwarvish, well, there's no guarantee. You understand what
No
I'm saying?
guarantee.
You don't sense any ill will,
Mhm.
but you do sense like not panic, but like shock.
You're not Kyle by any chance, are you?
Who, Kyle?
Okay. No, I'm
Well-
just an old friend. Adam, last we saw was in cellar holes.
He's our friend.
He's doing okay. He's doing well.
You come with me.
Why?
Must speak to Chief.
Okay.
Noah is like hiding in the cart. Just BT dubs.
Whip.
Runner is also in the cart. He's not hiding, like he's ready to like do something if he needs to.
Hey guys, he wants us to come with him. I feel like this is a.
Should we all? Yeah.
Yeah.
No choice.
Well, I know
And-
you don't.
And
we
starts
have a
walking. No, like he's saying that y'all have no choice.
No, I know you think
Yeah.
that. I'm just trying to figure out whether we should. Okay, cool. Done. Let's go. Yeah, you
Why
think?
not?
All right.
All right.
We have
The-
I
to
keep a
fight him
hand
if we
on
want to
my
not go.
on my
so.
holster.
The orcs spread out so that they're surrounding your party as they lead you. What was the doctor doing, by the way? Actually, before we do that,
I mean, not exactly groveling, cowering, and begging, but not too far either. It's like I walked up and with my skellies beside me, and then they surrounded Crusher, and I just started walking backwards
Did you-
real slow.
did you go into the cart and hide?
No, like ready to do, but like I don't like it. Like
The
I might need to hide, I might need to fight. If I'm hiding, I'm not hiding in the cart with those idiots. I'll just dig a hole. That's what I'm good at. But no, just like get in front of me, skelly boys. That's what you're here for. Like that kind
I
of.
looked at the lead work. I'm like, how far?
not far.
Dope.
So sunset happens.
I'm flying.
Someone in the chat reminded me.
They can't surround me.
But what?
They said, "How did you kids get your dad to play D&D with you?"
Wow, rude.
Wow. Rude.
I am.
Wow, rude.
But
I don't feel like we have any like family resemblance though.
Poets.
Really? I feel like you and I look exactly alike.
Yeah, truly.
Him and Hannah?
No, us two.
Yeah.
No?
Shocking
Mhm.
resemblance.
identical, like your twins.
Hey.
So, the orcs are taking us somewhere. I ain't exactly comfortable with
That's
this.
sunset. Alright.
As you can tell, orcs are stupid.
I kind of like trail and going up to other orcs. Like, what's it like working for this guy?
They do not
I
answer.
didn't figure.
How boring.
Well, no
He
one
doesn't
said
let you
they
talk?
were.
I'm miserable.
They kind of glare at us if we look their way.
I go up to one of them
Pretty
and I
much,
hand
like-
him some pocket bacon.
Just as like the
I
and
refuse to
snacks
break
it
glare.
anyway.
If one of them looks at me, I just glare right back at them. Like,
Try and baton twirl my axe.
Make
Like
an
this?
acrobatics.
oh
That
God,
way?
don't drop your
Make an
axe.
Oh, in front of you. Okay.
They
I know
let us
you.
keep our weapons?
I thought that was
Not a
Well,
chance.
I mean, we outnumber them
Acrobatics.
by like
That would
3.
be. It's a 10.
It stumbles, like you almost drop it, but you catch it.
You don't cut anyone's face.
Yeah,
off
and you
at
don't
the
cut anyone's
party.
face off.
That's good.
The upside, you don't cut anyone's face.
I pop Chibi out and just pet him and just kind of not trying to intimidate anyone, but just see if there's a crazy reaction from anyone.
They don't seem to mind.
Sure, apparently, face shadow cuts, all the rage. Okay.
Did you keep you're still in your transmogrified form the whole way?
I mean, I drop it at some point
Oh.
after an hour, but I think the jig was up when he grabbed the wrong part of my shirt at first,
Yeah.
And the necklace
Okay.
is still very much there. So.
All right. So where are these guys taking us?
They take you to their village.
It's a lovely place.
Boy, I'm pretty
you
sure
have.
they enjoy our presence here.
It is a village that is essentially set up with bones, sticks, stretched leather for a canvas. It smells so great here.
The doctor's like, look, that's where you guys come from.
Like,
Get right home. Don't you?
as they lead you through town, people stop, orcs stop what they're doing, glare at you, some yell things at you that you can't understand because it's in orcish.
Aw.
Are they 100? It's only orcs.
100% only orcs.
Are there any half orcs?
Not that you can see. Orcs and half orcs look very similar, so
So I
Just looking
don't
for
mix.
A half an orc.
I pick one every now and then as we
Just
pass
straight
by.
down
Just
the
like,
middle.
Yeah.
howdy.
Good 90s.
they make like they're going to attack you, but they stop when the raid party stops them. Not yet.
Not friendly folk here.
I feel like we were warned about that. Anywho,
They stop at the chieftain's tent in there.
you want us to go in here?
Hmm.
I think
You
he
didn't
wants
say
us to go.
please.
I don't think we're gonna get any type
No, it just
of
kind of
cordial
pops up.
invite from them.
Do we have to?
Do you want to ride on my back?
Yes.
All right. Well, inside we go.
I give Noah a piggyback
Yep.
ride.
You ride. He rides on your back. Runner just carries in Salem.
I walk in front, like,
How many people are in the room?
There are.
I'm gonna make a point of the fact that I'm going in willingly because I can fly and they haven't made me do anything.
Bryce.
Oh, they got the one that's important right now with the necklace. They're not too worried about the
Important?
flying chicken.
Chicken.
You've never been important.
To them, you're a flying chicken.
Them's fighting words.
So how many targets? Folk are in the room.
There's 3.
Is there clear as to which one?
There is
The
2
one with the
guards,
bones
or there are
to
2
the
guards standing on either side of like a makeshift throne,
Mm-hmm.
and on the throne is obviously their leader.
Okay.
It's who sits on thrones generally are the
Yeah,
leaders.
he's kind of lounging
in
on it a little.
society.
Okay, I walk up and make kind of like a quarter bow, like I don't know any of their customs, but it's like some show of respect.
Yeah.
I'll do the same.
And then just stand there,
I mean, I'm sort of
arms behind
always
my back,
bowed.
like, waiting.
Actually, sorry. I'll salute.
I'll remove my hat.
I'm still just gonna be like,
Doing the one-eye
Hey
judgment.
guys, I'm here at Artens. LOL.
Really, the only reason I remove my hat is so
Selfie
no one can
stick.
see what I'm doing with my right hand. So,
What are you doing?
in case somebody needs to be shot, I'm keeping my hand on my gun.
That's a sleight of hand.
Okay.
roll it up.
Roll sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Uh, 12.
There's no need to put your hand there. Please keep them where I can see all of them.
If it's on
I
their
take my
penis.
hands and put them in front of me. They were behind me, in front of me.
You talk normal.
Okay.
Well, you've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't now? You talk normal.
We were given an
That's like a
invitation.
perfectly
More
normal
words,
sentence.
when
You
we
were
were
do
do
trick.
Oh my god. Yes. And
Everyone else kind of talks in like grunts. I don't know if that's normal.
well, I'm special.
Sure. So we were summoned here.
Yes, I see you have something that belongs to my son.
Wait,
Come
your
again?
son?
Yes.
What's your name?
God. This is the
No
father
lie,
battle.
I actually did come up with a name for him, but it keeps getting replaced with like 20 different ones from fucking World of Warcraft.
That's fair.
So we're just gonna do that
If it
now.
makes you feel better, I don't know any names from World of Warcraft.
You're
No.
Adam's father?
Did I stutter?
Your son is so cool.
You're a guy?
He's actually...
First of all, that is a rude stereotype. Second of all,
All that I do
you
actually
must have
remove
met
my hat
someone
and just kind of
else.
set it down.
Your son gave it to us willingly, knowing we would be coming through this land. We actually have helped him. You may have heard tell. If
A
you've
waste of
stayed in
time,
touch.
really.
He helped us.
What's a waste of time?
Protecting him.
He's so nice.
That's the problem.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
All disappointments and whatnot.
So
Probably
not all
into the family
stereotypes
business.
are
Very
untrue.
clearly a warrior.
If
You
I-
don't like people that are not warriors.
If he'd been more like his brother Kyle, it would have been different.
Yeah,
I
that
heard
worked
Kyle
out real
died.
well for Kyle, didn't it?
Dying with honor is better than living like a coward.
I mean, how do you know he died with honor? What if he died a coward?
Let's not shit on the king in his fucking throne room.
To what do we owe the
bored.
invitation?
Well,
And I'm afraid.
figured I might be able to ask you for a favor. And in exchange, you would have free passage through the desert.
Oh, is it to kill the bad guy in the castle?
I don't give a shit about him.
What is the nature of your favor? Your request?
I just need you to find something for me, that's all, and bring it
Uh-huh.
back.
Oh,
Before we agree to it, can we like get the
Details.
full details?
Oh, of course. I just need you to find a very special gemstone for me. It's one that will make sure that I stay on top here.
What are the powers of this gemstone?
Well, just
What's it
intellect.
look like?
Huh. Let's see, how did they describe it? It's an opal, quite a large one, about this big. Oh, I do
Who's
believe.
they?
He said this big. How big are his hands?
It's like real
Probably.
big.
you see,
It- For you, for us, it would be this big. For him, it's probably like that big. I just need it to put into a crown of sorts. It'll make sure that I stay on top of the pecking
Have you
order.
had difficulty staying on top here?
Oh no, I just like to be
no,
sure.
that's rather personal.
You want to be.
Mark was like,
I was thinking it, so.
You want to be smarter than you are.
You can
I
always
mean-
be smarter.
Yeah, who doesn't want
You
that?
got a pretty sizable war force here, Chief. Why do you need us to do it?
Because none of my party will go get it.
Why not?
Ooh,
Well, it involves going on a little journey into a cavern where there may or may not be an obstacle.
Also, probably they don't
When-
understand the value of magical items.
Matt, Chief, you got to be just a little bit more specific on exactly what that obstacle might be.
Oh, it's
When you say obstacle, do you mean like a zip line?
Like a
or...
horse.
no,
sort of ropes course.
it should be nothing for adventurers who decided to wander into the desert.
Hey,
And that nothing is...
It's just simply a dragon.
I'm out. Bye, everybody.
The guards.
What kind of dragon?
Oh, that I'm not privy to.
Oh.
The
What
guards
kind?
are blocking your exit.
are you sure it's not just like a kobold?
Where is he?
Oh, farther into the desert, I can tell you where, but I need your assistance. By the way, if you disagree, well, let's say that we're going to be having quite an interesting
Why
dinner
won't
tonight.
your men go? If dying with honor is such a great thing.
I do need to spread my resources elsewhere, and the ones that I can spare are young.
We don't
You
exactly
don't
seem to be getting a
understand.
choice in this matter.
I'm just gonna say, stop bullshitting us. What will you actually give us if we can actually recover this gemstone from this dragon?
I will have my party escort you wherever it is you want to go.
Can we
And
have your
you-
assistance in encounters we find there?
They will assist, yes.
And what assistance are you willing to offer us to conquer this dragon?
Well, you don't need any assistance. This dragon is old. It's dying.
You want us to fight an older dragon? The
This is-
youngins are stupid sometimes. The older ones tend to be quite a bit more powerful.
So besides
Surely you know this.
This dragon just having something that you want, what's your purpose for killing it?
Did I say you had to kill the dragon?
No.
Oh.
Are
You just want us to steal from the dragon.
Yes, dragons are practically gods.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're gonna lose somebody in our party to like dragon worship.
I mean, kobolds do actually worship all
Yeah.
dragons.
And
I don't know if you guys know that.
I knew that.
I mean,
And I find them impressive
Not in
and have no
character,
need to go
though.
and
Yeah.
hurt one. Usually most dragons don't go looking to hurt people unless they come looking to get hurt.
That depends on what kind of dragon it is. And you don't know what color this dragon is?
No, I do not.
why does color matter?
They're different types.
Different powers associated.
Also not
Just
giving
like the
indication of their
birds.
disposition.
Yeah, there's different types of birds.
I just mean that you can tell the different birds by
Might give
their
indication of its
colors.
disposition as well.
Like colors and
Sometimes.
species go along with each other. You know, unless the crows, ravens,
If we're
the
to
same
take
color.
this on,
Maybe
we
the
need to
same
know
bird.
like every piece of
29 years old,
information
not
that you
clear
can
on
give
that.
us. Have
I
you
have-
sent people before?
Yes, and they have not come back.
I mean,
People of your tribe
10.
or
So-
others made the same deal with?
I'm only 16.
Either or.
I
Can
don't
we
know.
confer as a group on this?
I mean, you can.
Yes, let's go.
In here.
Things of different color have different powers.
Sometimes.
What are your powers because you are gray? Are your powers because you are parts like gray and the brown and the whites? Does that give you different powers?
Hey, crush it. Both of you are great. Do you do the same thing?
you're gray.
It doesn't use
All
red
gray,
dye.
except I have like a red,
Yeah.
like
Might give me
Whole,
an
like-
immunity to alcohol.
like
Anyway,
this is red. Like the forehead to the nose.
That's
Like a
red
patch.
Oh, to the
And I-
snout.
You're
Yeah.
hatched like a dog.
can I just
like a
go-
dog.
So I whisper to
Seriously.
Maka.
Chief, we came here without fighting, without struggling, and we're not turning you down. You can have us watch, but we do need to confer with only our party can hear to determine whether to take this
I
on.
can guarantee you these guards will not understand a word you're
I'm not
saying.
worried about them.
No one else in here can hear you.
Have
All
you
right.
considered that perhaps you can hear?
Can you go like this?
I will gladly leave the tent for a moment to give you time to think.
When you guys do that,
Do a
both
little-
Toby and Ho go.
I do a little like quarter bow again and say, it won't take but a minute. We just need to talk among our party.
And he steps outside. Noah's like, "Are you all fucking insane?
Why?
A little
Alright.
bit.
It's a
All right,
dragon."
I throw my flashbangs out, shape charge. we can
Even
get the
just
hell
to
outta here.
be in its presence sounds wonderful.
Do you think we're in the middle of an encampment?
I mean, it kind of depends on the type of dragon, I would think.
We have
Although-
put ourselves ankle deep.
I've
in this
never
thing.
met a dragon before.
If we were gonna fight, we should have done it when we
Can we roll
outnumbered
for
them.
what we
with
know about dragons
60
in general?
We should
Like
not
I
go
know
with
a
these
decent
guys.
amount, but I don't know what Mark knows.
What exactly are you wanting to know?
Like if Maka knows that they talk, that they can be reasoned with, that they are typically very wily, that treasure is really important to them, that stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
all of those are
make me
true.
make me a
The doctor knows.
Yeah, the doctor knows everything about dragons.
let me see what
Does he know what color the dragon that we're
Give me
supposed
just
to
a
go
base-
towards is?
Knowledge or history.
Give me a history.
Probably brown,
We'll say
gold, or
history.
red. We're in the desert.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably knows which dragons.
It
live
could
in the
be
desert.
bronze.
Yeah, but we're gonna go.
Probably a bronze dragon, honestly.
Yeah, we're gonna honestly try to go retrieve something from a dragon. They usually don't tend to take well to that.
It
It's
works out for the
15.
halfling.
We might.
Yeah, they've written stories about dwarves that have gone looking for things that are dragon
Oh
owned.
yeah, that's
They usually
But
don't
you know
end well.
that
That's because dwarves
as
don't-
long as it is a chromatic dragon, or not chromatic, as if it's a chromatic dragon, you guys will have a very bad time, and if it is a metallic dragon, you know that it will be relatively okay.
To talk to.
And I suspect bronze.
Wait.
And you also know that in the event that it is a metallic dragon, they are way more like willing to talk to people
Right.
than they are to blast and ask questions later.
Do I know that ancient dragons are bad news? The older is super.
Yeah, you know that
Okay.
if it is like ancient, like he's alluding to, that this dragon is extremely old and gigantic.
And presumably super powerful.
Yes.
And not dying.
Practically gods.
This one is definitely.
Is there anything that we can even offer a dragon? They're gonna give us anything in their trade.
Is there anything we can offer here?
What we need to do is set out.
Good company.
What we need to do is once we go out and start looking for this damn dragon, we need to go the other way and just get out of this situation.
Why
I'm in for
would
the
we
dragon.
turn down an opportunity to see a dragon?
I don't know.
To go talk to him?
The fact
Because
that I
we
don't
wanna
like being well
survive.
done.
Do you know what happens when dwarves go into dragons' lairs?
Yes.
They go in with axes and they're like, "Bleh, we hate you, big dwarf, 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 dwarf. I'm gonna dwarf you to death." That's why they get burnt up. How about you come with a little fucking respect, Cassidy? How about that?
Normally I would argue with you, but you're absolutely right.
I know I am.
Thorin didn't do that. He's still bad.
All right.
Never heard of Thorin
We don't-
Oakenshield,
are we
son of
really doing
Thorin,
this?
son of
Son of Thrain. Son
Thrain.
of Thrawn.
Yeah, Thrain.
I mean, there's
Why do I remember that?
Really,
Everyone
really
does.
helpful. I don't know that we have like.
I want to see.
I'm
what
not worried
Coward
about
has.
getting there, right? I'm worried about when we come out. We've survived. We killed the big bad guy. And we're stupid weak, and we're stupid tired.
And then they take us.
yeah.
Also,
Do they
what's this guy
know-
plan on doing with that?
I mean,
Just
it was-
as a general question, do they know that you're going to the castle?
Yeah, they told him already. They just said, "Hey, by the way, we're going to the castle.
They
This
said
is
they
our
didn't
mission, just
give
in
a
case you
shit.
don't want to know."
We can talk to him again, but like the other party didn't care.
We didn't tell
And the
him what
king
we
said
had
he
with
didn't
us.
care
All
who
right.
was in charge.
I don't particularly
What
want
is
to
your
tell him
thought
that either.
process?
Tell him
I was
Oh,
just
we really
wondering if
stiffed
they
it
had
on this one,
moved,
didn't
because
we?
if they didn't, then
Very
why would they be
hush-hush.
there?
Don't tell him what we have.
Also,
with us.
if we kill this thing that's at this castle, it shows that you're one of the biggest bads around, then why would they pick a fight with you? Because you could easily squash them.
Was that your vote to run?
I honestly want to meet a dragon. Like, he's not even being shy. He's like, I've always wanted to meet a
Somebody
dragon.
lost their minds here.
I mean,
I want to know what kind of dragon it is before I decide whether I'm going to meet it.
Runner,
If
like,
it's a red dragon, we're fucked.
Runner
Oh,
kind
great.
of speaks up. Well,
I heard those were bad.
I explored a little bit of the desert before they took me.
Is there a dragon around here that you know?
Oh, my party talked about some kind of metallic dragon out here.
Thank goodness.
I don't know. They didn't tell me very much.
I clap Runner on the
Maybe
back.
it's
and
better.
just go, boy, you are useful as hell.
Thank you, Mr. Cassidy.
So we're fine. Probably we'll just leave Cass at the cave entrance. And Crusher too.
Nope.
Why would we leave Crusher?
Because Cassidy's gonna have an issue with him. Maybe Maka as well.
I don't have an issue
and
with
then-
dragon.
You know, Crusher's just like, if I were a dragon, I'd be like, oh yes, Crusher, now you live with me.
All right.
That's a good plan.
Why would you do that?
Well,
Because you're so interesting and unique. That's
And you
exactly
look a
what
little
dragons
like a
love.
Golem.
And
They
you look
might
like a
think
golem.
You'd be helpful for protecting whatever treasure.
Do
He
they
might
like?
not.
Do they like?
If
check
you
you
befriend
for-
the dragon, I guess you'll have to learn to train your dragon.
Nope.
Mm,
Befriending
You
and
stop, sir.
owning are two
Keep
very
going.
different things.
All right.
It really does walk that line.
Man.
Wait.
Friend and slave.
We
Do you
are
have any
stepped
type
in
of
this.
language thing? So where you can speak other languages? Are you going to be able to talk to the dragon? You speak Draconic?
no.
Oh. So
I can
only
talk-
I can.
I can
Can
talk
you
to
guys
trees.
speak Draconic?
Any
No.
dragons have
Both
been
of them just
around.
kind of go.
Mm.
Dragons have been around for a while. A lot of them.
I mean, like,
Sure, but I would assume this one would speak Orcish, Draconic, maybe
He might-
Goblin.
Probably not dwarves.
He might
ancient.
slip.
He's probably been around.
All right.
He might,
Well,
I mean,
he
they're
might
common.
speak common.
I think if he's ancient and he's been here if he's ancient, he's probably been here the whole time.
You
Why
don't
do
know
you think
that.
Because otherwise, whenever the man moved into the castle and the architecture of the forest turned into a desert, he would have left, unless he was fully committed to this already being his home.
All
On
right.
the other
That's
hand,
not a sure thing, but
on
it's
the
more
other
likely than
hand,
not.
Mm,
if it is a
I
chromatic
think
dragon,
that if he likes the forest and is turned into the desert, he just go find a forest.
That's what I would think, unless he'd been living here for.
there's no
hundreds of
guessing
years.
at the dragon's motivation realistically.
Yeah, we can go talk to him,
let's.
so we don't need to guess.
Hopefully.
We don't
We
have-
may. It's a chromatic dragon. He may be willing to help us. We don't know.
No, chromatic dragon's not helpful.
I thought metallic
Metallic.
No, you got it
Metallic
backwards
dragons are
3
nice.
times already.
So, I guess we're just going to get a dragon.
Yes!
Be upset, it'll make sense.
This is going to make for such a great adventure.
Oh, I'm glad I wear boots because we are ankle damn deep in it right now.
What?
Shit.
That was a lot of enthusiasm.
If only.
I get to meet a dragon today.
I agree.
And it may be your last day ever.
Fine.
All right.
Respect.
Somebody tell the
Noah
articulate
says this
chief
now.
that we're going to take on this quest.
I go in there, and I'm like, or no,
The
go
chief,
out.
the
I go out.
the guards have already signaled they heard
Okay.
you. Like they heard the yes, we're doing the thing. They heard the
Okay.
words yes, and so they assumed that that meant that
I'm like,
That's the only word in common.
pretty much.
I'm like, there's enough of us that are super curious and don't have that much to live for. There will be an ask
Got plenty to live for.
after we do this for you.
And apparently just you.
All right.
You will owe us a favor,
Yes.
Thank you.
and
No, you
you
take
will
it.
deliver on it.
Absolutely.
Do you have a token?
No, give me that. You take it.
Anything? Like a ring or something that's like, dope, I owe these kids a favor?
Our tastes run high.
He takes off an earring
Okay.
and hands
Put it on my wrist as a bracelet.
That
Is that really that
that is an
funny?
heirloom of my people.
It's kind of a come back
Oh,
with your
taste
shield
run,
or
huh?
on it kind of
Yes.
deal.
Yes.
All right. Shall we stay here tonight?
Oh,
Is there anyone else
we
to stay?
anticipated that you would. We have rooms for you already.
I'd like
Or
to
rather,
stay
we have a
together.
tent. We have a tent for you already.
Well, we're all bunking together.
How
again.
far is the dragon's area?
Not far.
I like my purse.
Like half day, quarter day
Oh,
journey?
only a couple of hours. We'll
Ooh,
come
he
get
knows
you.
hours. Very sophisticated.
This isn't like a sacrifice stone situation, right? Like, come get us and put us on a rock and back away slowly.
No, we're not savages.
They're
I
not
can't. That's
dwarves.
not too easy. No.
I just could have given him the idea now, I guess. Anyway, food.
You'll find food in your rooms.
Dope.
Chief,
Yes.
I don't know how to say this. Do you not think that you are smart enough? Or is it just kind of a thing where you like shiny things?
A bit of both. I like being smarter than those around me.
I feel
I
like
mean-
that's already the case.
Yeah, I feel like that's been
It's
very
not a
thoroughly
high bar
achieved.
to set here.
One can always be smarter.
Okay.
Any advice?
It's like, would you want to be stronger, Crusher?
Don't make the dragon angry.
I maxed out.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
we'll do our best on that.
And then the guards guide you guys to your sleeping area. It's a tent with sad-looking bedrolls on the ground.
I
There's-
roll one. I sit down
So
and
they
I'm like,
have-
you guys.
They have 2
We're gonna
pillows
fucking
and then the
dragon.
bedroll.
No, I'd like to do everything we could not to fight.
And then I just turn that fan upside down.
Sure, I'd like to sneak by the
Like
dragon.
bedrolls.
I don't even think we should do that. I think we should. I know this is going to be unusual as hell.
Are
coming
we
from
being
me.
watched
I mean, there's guards outside the
outside?
tent. Yeah.
If we keep our voices down, do we have reasonable?
They can't understand you.
Okay, dope.
I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know they understand so little of common.
I'm gonna go up to one of them and cast detect thoughts
Yes,
on
I
him.
know.
Hear me out. I'm with the doc.
You essentially just see like roasting meat.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm like, we're good, guys.
Hear me out. I'm with the doc. I think we should try communicating with the dragon and be as respectful as hell.
I want to
try to-
talk to it.
Okay, talking's great. Talking is about the thing I want to do right now.
I mean, we were until just a moment ago.
Yeah, normally I'm all about shoot first and then ask questions. Not this time. I read quite a bit about the dragons, and no. Granted, it was from a dwarven point of view, but
Everything's
Sounds like
big and
very
dangerous
big,
to a
scary.
I
dwarf.
did read once I got out into the world, and I have no desire to even try to take the life of the dragon.
And where you've come from your beginnings, it's laudable. I'm just saying.
Just the literacy is impressive.
Yeah.
If putting a bullet in you wouldn't alert these damn orcs to what we're doing, I'd probably do one to you, Doc. Considering you blasted me last time
Blasted you last time?
when we were
Oh,
fighting
that-
that vampire.
He was
Got the
clearly
dance, yeah.
under the
Ah.
influence of something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you think I? Oh,
No, I thought you believed me when I said it was Toby. I don't know what happened. I was charmed. I've done it to other people. It's never happened to me before. Honestly, this doesn't happen usually. It's not a big deal. It's all right. Next time will be better.
I mean, that's a
I'm
very.
so sorry.
That's
I
a,
feel like
Stares
I've
and
heard that
takes it.
argument before, but in a different
that's a
context.
very high horse from someone who shot a party member.
that was for heroic purposes.
Sure.
It worked.
I mean,
Sure.
It worked.
I really thought I was making the hero move when I did it as well.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
the doctor
It
doesn't
hurt.
seem like the most forgivey type, but he forgave me, and I almost killed him.
Well, you
I'd say
promised
I
me
hold
your
too much
bones,
of a grudge
remember?
against it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't believe we're doing
After
this.
I died.
All right.
After you die.
I'm gonna eat and just kind of lay down on my bedroll and read something I have on dragons.
What do you have?
I have books and stuff. My wisdom's
He
high.
carries books
Look at
around.
him pretending to read.
It's funny, he reads books I
I
write.
have a really high wisdom.
Yeah, but it would be intelligence.
Yeah.
I have a really high intelligence and wisdom.
Right. Well, while you guys sleep, we're actually going to take a quick break to go to the bathroom, to do other things, to get prepared for
What?
the dragon. Meditate, cry.
Well, my wisdom is like right there with my strength on things that don't get used.
Hmm.
Hers is the same.
But we'll be back in a few moments.
Even on saving throws, I have a -1 to strength.
I mean,
Bards
my
intelligence
We're not
casters?
no, we're charisma casters. characters that are really dumb.
Yeah.
I love dumb characters. They're so great.
The horny bar.
Uh-uh.
But she played a dumb one.
I did play a dumb one. I am kind of dumb.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Now that we've all refreshed, it's time to go meet a.
Did we long rest?
Yes. Yes, Mia. Do you have a problem with me doing different accents?
No, I do have a problem with your Mickey Mouse voice, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go to my Mickey Mouse voice today.
Mickey Mouse.
Why, thank you. Sorry. Oh, God. We're not doing this.
I'm not giving you a ride home.
No!
Suffer.
You can ride with us.
Hey. Hold on. I think my camera's a little... There we go. That's better. Okay, so it is the next morning. You all had enough time to kind of wake up and be like, whoa, what the fuck? Where am I? Oh, right.
I'm like, guys, we really should have kept watch.
But I about to mention it, and then it was too late.
Yeah.
Actually, no, let's go back. During the night, who's taking first watch? Okay. Second watch. And third watch.
And I'll cast Guardian of Faith at the door.
Okay. And you'll sleep.
I'm here for moral support.
Okay.
Is that how you watch?
I'm just here for a laugh.
Reaper.
All right. On third watch,
It's me.
Wasn't that a...
Cassidy. All right, who's on third watch again?
She's on third watch.
All right, while you are watching the door,
I watch door.
you wake up.
Wrong character.
You cannot move. You cannot make noise. You are stuck staring, essentially, and you see a shadowed figure standing in the tent. It walks closer to you and kneels down in front of you. All you hear, your friends will die, and then it disappears. You have movement in your limbs again, you can once again speak.
Marcus like turns around. Cassidy. What?
Do I wake up from him making all that noise?
Probably.
Saw something.
What was it?
Shadow. Couldn't move. Couldn't say anything. Said everybody was
What
gonna die.
happened? Oh,
Oh, that happened to me.
I walk over and hand him a drink. Like, do you think it left? Like left?
If it didn't, I'd still be I'd be shooting right now. You didn't see it.
I was looking at the door.
So you had it happen again to you.
Uh-huh.
So something's just entering our minds like
Did
this.
it say something to
Entering
me?
our dreams.
I feel like it did,
I don't remember if it said anything to me.
but
I don't- well, like,
dissipated.
Oh, it
I feel like
definitely
it-
said something to me.
I feel like it might have, but I don't remember what it said if it did.
Something vaguely threatening.
I'm sure.
It didn't say anything to me.
Yeah, it's very specific. All y'all are gonna die.
Oh, wow. Into my problems.
Old
I'm just
Gen
gonna-
Z 10-year-old over here.
Give a time frame. Tomorrow.
So I couldn't make out what it was. Just a shadowy figure. Huh?
Mhm.
That's even more freaking terrifying.
Can we compare details to figure out it was probably the same thing?
Oh
Same
yeah,
figure?
easily.
It had this like purple eye. It had this hunchback, a little zit right.
And a red robe.
It just looked like a shadow that given form to me.
Was
And
it
it could
like
talk.
a humanoid shape?
Sure.
Yes.
Is it about our size? Like
Yeah,
medium
like-
size?
Like average human size.
Sound like a
Kinda
dude's
teen
voice?
sized?
Does it sound like a dude's voice? Or like a spirit voice? Or
Well,
can we
it
tell
didn't-
what it means?
It didn't talk to y'all, but it kind of sounded human, but not. Like it
So
sounded
I've
other.
never heard a human make noises like that.
It seems like it's getting more defined?
Yeah.
Closer
More
we get
power,
to it.
like more concentrated, seems to have greater control of its faculties. That's my good news.
So
guys.
maybe the
I
dark
mean-
one, his powers get stronger the closer we get.
Well, and the longer it's been that we've had stones together.
I think there's also something to be said for the fact that we already kind of knew that it was getting stronger anyway,
Yeah. So why is it threatening?
because we have all the stones,
Yeah, but
probably.
like, why show up?
And it means it knows that we mean to kill it.
Why show up at all? If it's so confident about its power, why is it coming here?
It's trying to scare us off. Intimidate us. Maybe
Why
we
would he want
run.
us to leave?
Hmm?
So it's scared?
Or split us up.
Maybe?
Or maybe it just doesn't want the inconvenience.
Trying to find the weakest link in the chain.
It's possible.
Let's face it, our strength is as a team. Take one of us out.
I have a very low strength.
You're okay, Birdie.
That would make you the weakest link in the chain, I guess.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna
As far as strength.
You
I'm
are
gonna
the weakest
try
link.
to get back to sleep now. Maybe. Give no guarantees on that.
I'm gonna, hang on.
I'm already back to
Do
sleep.
this.
Apparently, Crusher snores.
He did it!
Noah is completely passed out with a cat sleeping like halfway on his face.
What good is Noah?
Runner
Also, the
is
thing that
also
set off
asleep.
Doc's guard. It's just in my head.
Maybe it wasn't really here.
I create sounds like ambient white noise to help him go to sleep.
Like the waves of an ocean?
Thaumaturgy. It doesn't last very long. Maybe it lasts.
Like a babbling brook.
Mm-hmm. Or
Blah, 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 blah.
thunderstorm, like the light thunderstorm on the tin roof, or just brown noise, like whatever.
Well, here's the real question. How long is it before it loops?
Long
We'll have
enough
to
that I
do
go
one
back to
per
sleep.
minute, because thaumaturgy. Oh, cool.
At least it felt
Fine.
considerate enough to try to threaten me, because I was feeling left out. Sure.
All right. So it is now the next morning.
What am I, a golem?
You're the one who
Well-
calls after it.
I was gonna say, has the doc been threatened?
We
See,
would-
you were
I think we would know.
in good company.
The next morning,
Fewer
we
people have
asked
been
if
threatened than not.
either of them have seen anything. Have you guys seen anything like that?
Like what?
Like a shadowy person that
Since you started traveling
Entering your
with us.
dreams, maybe giving what could be perceived as a threat.
One?
one.
No.
Anything different since you started traveling with our group in regards to upsetting dreams or in
One that like makes
No.
you completely unable to move or speak.
Yeah.
No.
What's dreams?
Oh, good.
That's when your brain is still really active while your body is unconscious.
Does Crusher dream of electric sheep?
No, that's never happened to me.
Okay.
You know when you sit it quietly and you picture stuff that happened the previous day before
Yeah.
you rested? It's kind of like that, except your imagination takes over a little bit while you're sleeping.
So it's like fake things.
Sometimes it could feel real, but
Yeah.
For me, they feel very fake.
They're never anything good.
well, no. Sometimes they're good.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Mine are mostly just really bizarre. That's how I know they're fake.
Oh, no, that's never happened to me.
I learned that at puberty.
That's that makes sense. You're
Yeah.
better off without them.
They're not nice.
Mine are never nice. I just found out they could be, apparently.
Oh,
That sucks.
I know, right?
All right.
I
Cool.
once had a dream that
Is
I
it-
was
so what's the
doing
next
a
morning
heist
now,
in a
right?
market.
Yes, it is the next morning.
Oh,
Y'all have all
okay.
been like disgusting
it's weird.
stuff.
All
An
for
orc
some food.
an orc brought a bowl of questionable meat for breakfast.
I'm like, hey, Toby, do this at the orc. the orcs seem amused. I thought maybe lowest common denominator humor would be his thing.
Orc just stares and closes the curtain.
Not very personable.
Friendly
around
bunch
here.
here. I grab some of the questionable meat and start eating.
It tastes so bad.
I grab some of the questionable meat and start eating.
For
I've
you,
had
it tastes
worse.
amazing.
I've had worse, but not by choice.
I
So.
kind of look at it and decide to go with my rations because I don't want to be sick to my stomach.
Are you okay? Okay.
What do I
Alright.
need to roll to figure out whether I think this rotted sometime before or after it was cooked? If it was cooked.
Questionable meat was my nickname in high
Make-
school.
Make
Now
a
we will. Well,
Make a
subscribe to
medicine
them.
check,
Who
I
is
guess.
that?
No, survival.
He's doing
22.
both?
It's hard to say, but it looks like it was
No,
rotted
he's
at one point and they tried to
maybe.
cook it.
Okay, yeah, I'm not eating that.
Sorry, what did you do?
I did a check to see whether it rotted before or possibly after, or maybe even during the cooking process, if this is in fact cooked. And yes, it did, and I'm not going to eat that.
Can we identify the animal it came from?
With a survival
Probably
check,
not.
you can.
Cassidy,
Nature.
you may not want to eat that.
Can tieflings
Well,
It
cougar?
rotted before they cooked it.
That is.
Ooh.
If you swallowed any of it, you might want to go.
Nature, you said?
Yeah.
A 20 total.
So,
It looks like it was probably like some kind of boar. Maybe some snake.
Maybe a mixture
Alright.
of several.
Yeah.
well,
Yep,
that was thoroughly
rations.
disgusting.
Jackalope.
There's no such thing as a jackalope, Mia. Now to the dragon.
All right. Let's hope they didn't eat my horse.
Your horses are out there just fine.
Have they been fed?
Yeah, they look scared.
Hopefully
Sure.
they
They-
weren't fed rotten meat.
I do the nuzzle thing on Chestnut.
Not strictly.
Slip Chestnut an apple.
What horses?
Generally,
nom,
but if they
nom.
have a diet deficiency, they will eat meat.
The leader or the chieftain comes out with the orc party that will be taking you. It's like, you won't be needing those.
Needing what?
And point gestures to the horses.
Why not?
You'll be riding with them.
Who's them?
He points to the orc party behind him.
Riding what?
Riding
what are we
what?
riding?
They're steeds. And he walks off. They,
Are we gonna get orcs for steeds?
I don't know if we should do that.
Save a horse, ride an orc boy.
Oh no!
Sylvia's theme song.
You're
Yeah, they
gross.
ride dire wolves. Probably not the best animal to ride next to a horse.
Oh,
Probably not the best animal to ride a horse next to.
no, we're not riding horses.
Yeah, he's not letting you
That's what
ride.
the
They're not
chief
letting you
says.
ride the
I don't
horses.
know how I feel about that. That sounds like a setup.
It's just to make sure we can't run.
Oh.
The-
Begrudgingly.
The orcs
So, do you want
are.
to
Can't
put
run
your
anyway.
horse near the dragon? Is that what you're saying?
Like, what do you think is a setup?
Them. I think all of this is just any moment they're going to stab us. This chief's going to stab us in the back.
Why would he not do that
Is he coming with
He's
us?
waiting. No,
before?
but he could also.
You think he's like a sneaky
He could
person
follow in
that's
behind this
only
party.
likes assassinating people?
No. He
Why
could
would he go to all
I
the
don't think
effort?
he's
That's
that
the only
subtle.
part that
Because
gives
there's
me
no way those
pause.
orcs are going to get close to that dragon.
Oh no.
We do.
They're
We
just
get whatever's.
scared
We
to
get
see
whatever's
us.
there. We come out. Oh, look! There's 100 orcs just waiting for us.
Oh,
We
I
got-
think he has every intention of keeping our horses. If we
I
don't
mean,
come
depending
back.
on how things go with the dragon, the dragon might help us with that.
Oh, this gets worse.
What do you think? What do you think our alternative is? Like what?
He's
I don't-
slowly eroding any alternatives we might have.
Right, like what I at this point I don't think we have a choice.
Like, I trust you. I'm trying to figure out what do you prefer that we do.
I'd prefer we not even do anything for this guy. But we're kind of like we've got no choice. We've been cornered into this. We got to go meet this dragon and find this thing one way or another. Yeah. Whether he's plans on stabbing us in the back or not.
We'll find out soon.
Okay,
it's
well
our
then,
only option.
So we're just going along with it for now because.
Yeah, I just don't like only options.
Oh, I don't
which is
like
exactly where we are right now.
The orc walks, or one of the orcs walks up to you and points at you partner. Grabs your collar and starts dragging you to the wolf.
I wiggle loose. No.
All right.
I'm not a toy.
Make your.
Oh no. I'm not doing anything on that. Hang on.
There is no escape artist check.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, there is.
It's not called that.
Strength or dexterity.
Yeah, make a dex check
Uh-uh.
against his strength check.
Beginning at 9th level, you can nimbly dodge out of the. That's dodging.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
He's
try.
already got a hold of me.
Mm-hmm.
What level does it take to like jump real hard?
Will we consider that an attack?
No, I just told you the roll you needed to make.
Okay, go ahead. What's the
You
roll?
need to make a
Dex check.
dexterity check to get out of what would be considered a grapple.
Okay.
Not a bad
21.
All right, you are able to wiggle free.
Okay. I point.
You-
Okay.
I'm like, you just said we were gonna go along with it.
Okay, that's fine. Don't grab me again.
He grabs your fist. Don't point.
He has a point. It is very rude to point.
Stop saying it.
Get on wolf.
Don't grab. Rude.
The orc is reaching for weapons to the chieftain walks over. Fellas. And he talks to the orc in Orcish, and he begrudgingly just gets on the wolf. Now I'm sorry that my gentleman here handled you a bit roughly, but we do need to get going.
I look around. I'm like, who's with me? Which?
Oh, and he points to the orcs.
And I just go jump on.
I take off.
Like,
Come back down.
she'll fly. She's faster that way.
That's kind of how she gets around.
Bird's eye view, tactical advantage. You understand?
I just shrugged, so
I do
my
not
collar
agree to
is
any of
above that.
You can't control the method by which we do what you've asked. That's not reasonable if we're to be successful. We've been successful by doing things our way. If it benefits you for us to return, suggest
I'm
you
just
let
getting
us
very
handle
close to
it.
shooting an orc, so we need to go.
And how do I know she won't fly away?
You don't.
She might, but she's
No need to raise your voice.
She might fly away, but to what? We're an adventuring party. Your scouts know that we don't have backup. Like,
I guess that is true.
she's just gonna make a flying target for the dragon. Worst, in your case.
Let's just get going.
Chief,
Mhm.
is there anybody that speaks our language?
Oh, I'll be going with you.
Okay, good. Which one?
Okay,
Can I?
he's coming.
Do you mind if I take
Huh?
the little
So
one?
he is coming.
Not that little one. And I gesture to Runner. I'm like, he gets really scared, and so I'm going to take him with me. With the who's with me?
He points to one of the bigger orcs.
Can I take the little one?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
He's a little panicky. It is best
Oh.
that way.
Kind of hold out my hands to Runner and kind of take his hand and gently kind of lead him.
Runner is very happy with this. He's like,
Doc.
oh, good.
Are you okay?
He's-
We're gonna go meet a dragon. You excited?
No,
Do
where?
you need help?
Break the poor tire.
Do you need
No.
a boost?
No,
Probable.
I did not get a specific orc for you.
I'm like, come-
because I feel
come
like
hang
you
out
could
with
ride
me.
with someone. It's just so tiny.
Yeah.
Doxed.
Well, I mean, the one who was going to be carrying me is not carrying anyone.
Oh, that's true. You get to ride with that one.
And my skelly boys.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Real slow, so this is for the best.
Now that all the ride situations.
Just no, I just
Oh yeah. Oh, no. Noah gets the joy of riding with the Skelebays. Because I mean, the skeletons weigh like nothing.
So
He
there's
weighs like
Oh.
nothing.
2
Well,
skeletons.
we're gonna be glad the
and
chief
like a
diffused
got-
that
person in
situation.
Salem the cat, and it's just like a Halloween
The next one's out
like,
of my mouth.
front yard
warned
display.
you.
Orc, a guy in a pointy hat, cat, 2 skeletons on a wolf.
Dope.
Or a pointy hat.
Where's pointy
Oh no,
hat?
no, I was thinking Noah wore a pointy hat.
No,
He doesn't.
no. He wears like
A minor
he's dressed a
image
lot
of a
like
pointy
Cassidy,
hat.
where he's got like the
Yay!
duster.
A minor image
Glad I
of
got a
pointy
palm
hat
pistol.
on
So
it
he is,
currently.
in fact, dressed like a
Oh.
cowboy.
Now he's dressed like a wizard because now he has a pointy hat thanks to Maka.
And a star wand.
Oh well, that's wholly unnecessary.
Who's
Alright,
anyway.
Get them up. Ride them up.
Is the chief on
Get
his
them
own?
up. Yeah.
Is he
Right.
leading or following?
He's leading, and he leads you out into the desert. It's still hot and miserable. Are we done?
No.
Okay.
I make eyes at Maka and pull my sleeve down just enough so you can see my palm pistol.
Your palm pistol?
Yeah, I got a palm pistol.
I'm like,
I never use it, but I got one.
I'm assuming I'm able to ride the direwolf and also make this motion.
Well, I mean, you're riding all of you are riding like either in front or behind the orc.
Seems real comfy.
I'm like koalaing him, arms and legs around him.
Are you qualing
don't
the
think
orc
he
They're
or
likes
Noah?
direwolves, so
The
they're pretty
orc.
damn big.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Noah's the
Um,
worst. He tried
I'm
to
gonna
Well,
lean up
just so you
against
know,
my
Noah
orc
is like
and sit
behind
backwards.
you, so
Can
you're
I
like,
put a skelly boy in between me?
yeah, yes, you can.
So
I'm
he
gonna-
has to hold on
I'm
to
gonna
the
turn
rib
around on my
cage.
orc and put my back to his back and just kind of so I can look back.
Oh, that's not what I was picturing.
Yeah.
I was picturing just straight into the orc's face. Your legs like over his legs.
And I keep my arms crossed like this.
How's
Gotta be
that
safe.
working on the dire wolf?
Their direwolves are huge.
Yeah,
I should be fine.
they're like the size of
They're
horses.
bigger than horses.
Yeah.
Smooth ride?
Long.
Probably not, but I'm gonna be able to
I
jump
don't know.
off
I've
this
never,
thing.
genuinely,
After-
I've never tried to ride backwards on a horse with somebody else on it.
Also, I don't want my junk upside an orc's butt. Let's just be straight about it.
He has some Dudley Do
Or
That's
not.
why I
kind
don't.
of
That's why I don't
skills.
ride motorcycles. No,
Anyway, after a couple of hours, you make it
I just don't
to.
want that.
After a couple of hours, you make
I
it
thought TV had
to
runs.
to what is a cave. It looks like it was one that like a mound just in the middle of the desert. Just a hole leading down.
This looks safe.
It's a hole?
In a mound.
Yeah, it's like a mound and then there's like a hole that leads down.
Cavern.
in the bottom
Great.
of the
Yeah.
sea.
Well, I said it was.
How far inside? is
Don't-
this
don't
lair?
worry. Don't worry, this path should take you right to the dragon.
Why would we not worry? But like, here's a
And I
dragon
suppose-
straight in front of you. Don't be concerned.
And I suppose you'll just be waiting here for us, huh, Chief?
Absolutely.
Okay, bye.
How many orcs are we dealing with now? 6? 6 or 7?
4.
4? Okay.
There's one
No.
But the
with
chief was
Crusher.
escorting
There's one with you. There's the chieftain, and then there's the one oh 5.
Okay. I
Because
thought.
there's one with each of the 4 of us, all
Noah.
on separate.
And Noah.
Well, Noah's on the same one with him.
Yeah, and
So,
Runner's on the same
6
one
orcs
with her.
or 5 orcs?
5.
5 or 6, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Odds are
They're
good.
still all armed, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they got a horse's back.
Is it a hole, like, almost like a snake hole? Or is
Yeah,
it
like-
straight down
Like
and
think
then-
snake hole where it like gradually goes down.
All right. Well,
How wide is the mouth of the cavern?
Pretty decent size.
I put my goggles on my head and get away from these damn orcs.
All right.
Walk in.
Does everyone walk into the cavern?
Yes.
Noah is going to attempt a light spell.
Oh no.
If this is what fucks it up, I'll be happy. I know it won't.
Fireball.
Depending on who it's cast on, I'd actually be okay with it this time.
So he rolled a 59.
Oh, the chief goes up in flames. Oh no! Let's kill the rest of these orcs.
I'm like, guys, crazy idea. What if I just cast invisibility?
Hold on, actually.
Okay.
Oh
Did
shit!
he accidentally cast invisibility?
Each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute.
Oh, the next minute.
Am I invisible?
Yeah, all of you are invisible now.
Does
Oh,
he know
oh.
what happened? Like,
Yeah,
when
like-
that happens?
So when
Is he invisible?
how I've
So-
understood it works is like he goes to cast the spell, and then he can tell that something went wrong. So you hear a uh-oh. And-
Where'd you go? Hey,
Um.
where's everybody?
So
Invisible.
Huh?
Keep your voice down.
So
But
here's
not really.
you're going to all laugh at this. I was trying to cast a light spell, and I
Mhm.
might have made you all invisible instead.
Really
For how
not.
long?
It shouldn't last too long, about a minute.
Let's go scout out the area.
Yeah. Just take it as quietly as I can. But running.
Before we start, I can hear you leaving.
What?
How are we going to find each other when we can see again?
Much easier.
we
that
have
way.
we have light spells that we can reliably.
But how
reliably
what if we
cast.
get separated?
This is a great.
Would you like someone to hold your
Let's
hand?
not-
Would you actually?
When you hear a gunshot,
I mean, I
run towards it.
can. Why are you
Because we're
whistling into the
signaling,
microphone?
we're signaling to one another.
We've all got a distinctive whistle.
Yes.
I can't whistle.
Dude.
Okay,
I go,
well,
like,
then
to
go-
the sound of his voice and just kind of like grab his hand and
You
like,
smack him in the
let's-
face first.
Oh, if I pull out
Go.
Okay.
their night
Okay.
vision goggles, can I see
I
them
have-
with my goggles?
No.
I have
Okay,
night vision
damn.
goggles.
They're not infrared.
I know. I was hoping they could be like a. Nope, they never.
Oh,
Nope.
SEAL Team 6 moving in.
Beat signatures.
Our
The
MDG
doctor's
is
very cool.
All right, so
No, very hot. Very
I guess
That's
we
what
just
you
keep
said.
proceeding. I'm gonna keep
Sorry,
proceeding.
yeah.
Now.
Sure, the lizard.
I'm freaking invisible. Why not?
As you
Are you hot because you're like a tiny, like weak dragon, or are
Basically.
Yeah, he would have a heat signature.
No, I would have a huge heat signature.
Really?
I
Is
got
that what
it's
comes-
dragon
Oh,
blood.
Oh yeah, you'd be on
Yeah.
fire.
I was gonna say you're either really, really hot or you're cold
Yeah.
because you're a lizard.
Cold-blooded, but
No, they're hot blooded.
Same.
Well, they're not just
Don't
like
mention it.
lizardy. They're like
Oh, we're in the desert, so definitely hot.
All right. Well,
crocodile dogs.
Well, I mean, you probably look
Sorta.
the same color as like ambient temperature.
after like you guys walk for a little while, you turn back visible again. Oh, thank God. Sorry
Yeah,
about that,
sure. It
everyone.
would have been awful if a dragon. Can dragons see through invisibility now?
Some can.
I guess we can find out. Can't you cast invisibility?
How
I
far
can.
away?
And that was what I was going to pitch. Was just like turn invisible, go try and find the thing, pick it up, and bolt. He may be able to see me though.
I think we should definitely.
I'll cast
try to get
dancing
that
lights.
Dragon.
So it's like multicolored lights just around you as you
Well,
walk.
they're not multicolored, but
Oh.
they're like little twinkly type lights that are like, I think like
You
they're like
you realize
20 feet around me,
okay.
so they're like around everyone, but it's real dim.
Right. You realize like you can feel yourself go visible again, and when you turn around, you realize you're about 10 feet away from everyone.
Really?
You said like if you're running stealthily, you can't run that fast. So it was like a
Gotcha.
So in the meantime, I can see.
Yeah, I can see.
oh,
Everybody casts
everyone has the ability to see now because of the dancing lights.
Oh, okay.
Cast dancing.
And
Alright.
you guys got goggles.
So
too, right?
can we like hear anything? Dragoness.
As you're walking down the cavern, you start seeing a faint light ahead of you, and you start hearing the soft rumbling of a dragon. I'm going to just say that because you already know what's there.
Stay here. Stay here. I'll go talk to him first.
No.
You might say something really weird.
Let's not try to fool the dragon.
I'm not trying to fool him.
Although
I
then
don't-
again, you
I
can go in
don't.
there and make sure of what color it is before.
We'll
we
stay
go.
out of sight,
Don't
but
your
we'll stay
people
close
pretty
on them.
close to worship dragons?
Yes.
Wouldn't you pretty close to sacrifice almost anything to dragon?
No. Why would you sacrifice to a dragon? It makes no sense.
I'm all for Doc's idea. Just let's keep close to him.
What would you sacrifice to a dragon?
The rest of
It
your
depends
party?
on what the dragon
Oh.
wants, I suppose.
Now, why would you want that?
Nope, I'm going with him.
Let's just
I'll stay back and let him approach him first.
let's just all consider that we are. How would you feel if somebody just walked up into your house?
Well, I would say we don't cluster up, that's for sure.
Well, I'm hanging back. I'll
Or,
let
like,
Doc make
spread out
introductions,
some.
but I want to be close enough in case something goes south.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I'd like
All
to
right.
walk in.
Okay, don't say anything weird.
All
What are the odds?
You walk in. Around the room, you see fiery torches lit. You see small heaps of gold glittering in the firelight, and laying around them, you see the glimmering form of a brass dragon.
Okay.
Is he awake?
No, he is sleeping. You see that he is quite large, and that his scales have, especially the ends of his wings, have started to turn a very dark green color, indicating its age is quite old.
He's very old. Don't mention it. People don't like when you talk about how old they are. And it may be a woman.
Do you see the thing?
I don't know.
Do you see the thing? The jewel or whatever we're after.
Yeah, I start looking around, not touching his treasure.
Oh, yeah, you're
but
invisible, right?
looking.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
I don't think it would matter.
I'm not going to go in the room just yet. I'll remain within shooting range.
I will poke my head around like the edge and be like,
I'm going to let Doc do his thing.
Do you have room to fly?
what's going on? Do I have room to fly?
I mean, it's enough room for for something that is classified as gigantic.
So can you bird's eye view quietly? I don't know.
I can try.
I'm so sorry. What color did you say it was?
Brass.
I put on my hat of floating feathers, hat of feathers, and just kind of drift up, trying to get a good view.
I will put on my goggles of night, and try and fly.
There's light. You don't need.
Oh,
the
there
goggles.
is night, or there is light. Okay, I'll take those back off.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'll just try and fly around and see how big the dragon is, and possibly if I see a large opal, but probably mostly just looking at the dragon.
Alright.
TBH.
I'm
Perception
looking
check.
for the jewel.
Perception checks, please.
I'm just standing as close to its head as I can without like walking up anything, just like this. Just waiting to see if he wakes up. I don't want to wake him up. That'd be rude. But I really want to
Perception,
talk
right?
to him. Or her.
Perception?
I don't know. Can I tell? Is it a boy
Not
dragon or a
currently.
girl?
How do we wake
Okay.
up a dragon?
25.
A light?
29.
Well, I was thinking about
Well-
tapping it on the nose.
This dragon is gigantic.
Is that even
And-
remotely cordial?
You both see that there is an opal near its head.
I see the opal.
And about the time you notice that the opal is there, is on the other side from where the dock is, you see the dragon open its eyes.
Like Godzilla, still like.
His eyes, or their eyes are molten. They look like molten brass. Well, now.
I'd like to immediately get on my knees and say, "Hello, Your Excellency, the most wonderful, amazing thing I have ever seen in my life. I've just come here to see a real dragon. I've never seen one. I've always been deprived of the majesty of your race."
The dragon seems amused. He lifts his head. There's no need for your flattery, young one.
Yeah, stop groveling.
He taps your head with a little claw, like petting.
Weird.
I
A little.
slowly enter the room.
Yes, why don't all of you join us? Even the ones in the hall.
Oh, okay. Hello.
No,
I land. I'm trying to keep a distance so we're not clumping up
Yeah.
like right in front of him.
Well, I mean, no guarantee that would.
Right.
be more threatening than spreading out around him.
No, I'm not trying not to threaten him. I'm trying
take
not
my
to
hat
get
off and
blades
just kind
all
of-
at once.
Noah comes in just like,
These are my friends. I'm sure, as you know, when we received our blood from your glorious kind, we did not get your strength and power, and so I've been traveling with him to, stay safe and everything.
he chuckles. You don't have to explain your friends to me.
Oh, thank you.
I love having visitors.
Oh, I
I don't-
don't. I didn't get
Oh,
passed
yes.
out.
Well, not the ones that are waiting outside.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
they're
About those.
they're jerks.
They've sent you for the opal, haven't they?
Yes.
Well, we kind of got tied up into this. Ain't exactly our choice, though.
They
In
have.
exchange for safe passage through the desert.
We're not eager to deliver on the deal.
He picks up the opal. And like it looks like he's holding a pebble.
Does this thing really do what that chief thinks it's going to do for him?
Absolutely not. I don't know where he got this idea.
Mark is like,
What?
I think it's more of a he wants the shiny rock.
I mean, shiny rocks, there's something to be said for them.
Oh, absolutely.
So much for sounding intelligent.
Yes, he's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, though he is leaps and bounds above his comrades.
Did that happen by any special process, or was he just, do you know?
So,
So just born special.
Did you notice the circlet he had on?
Sure.
It gave him a bit more of an intelligence boost.
So did they make some attempt to get that jewel from you before?
Many times.
How well has that worked out for them?
Not very well at all.
This is great. I like this dragon.
Do you have a name?
Brassy. No.
Please no.
No. We don't normally go by names as dragons. We live long enough and we live such solitary lives, it doesn't behoove us very much.
Okay.
My name is Cassidy.
Cassidy, it's nice to meet you, and who are your friends?
I'm
I haven't seen many of your kind around.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Or like several.
Several.
Oh, hi. My name is Crusher. Can I call you? Oh, no.
Are you a female or male, or do you have gender in dragons?
Gender does not exactly matter.
Just being a dragon.
Can I call you Flareon? That sounds like a cool
What
name.
about Trogdor?
Trogdor? That's also great.
If you would,
Somebody
if you
wants
would
to be
like,
very best, like
I don't see a problem.
Either that or someone wants to burninate the countryside.
Seems, I don't know. Both of them seem like cool names. Do you have a preference?
Oh, let's go with Trogdor.
I like
That
it.
does seem very, very powerful, doesn't
I
it?
look at him and I'm like,
Oh, you're certain powerful, that's for sure.
I'm like, I'm Maka and I snap Chibi out. Just kind of
Oh.
keeping an eye. I'm like, this is Chibi, my cat.
Oh, hello there. And he gives a little head scritch.
How does Chibi respond? She's
Chibi,
probably into it.
scared at first, then okay with it. Okay.
Like
with
all
it.
cats.
And you did not tell me
Immediately
your
turn
name.
Oh, Your Excellency, I'm Dr. Marcus Newmanek.
Oh, doctor. Fascinating. Well, since this opal seems to be a bust, maybe I could make my own deal with
I would love that.
you.
Comparatively.
I love how everyone's more willing to make a deal with the
It's
dragon.
a dragon.
Yeah,
So cool.
this is
Orcs
freaking
are cool.
This is freaking awesome.
Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Absolutely.
So, you said that you live alone,
Mhm.
usually.
Yes.
But I don't think you normally speak this language, is that right?
Here and there I do. I speak, or I have lived long enough that I've learned many languages. And
Where
I've
did you
spoken
learn it
from travelers like you.
Oh, so you actually do kind of like talk to people when they come in your cavern?
Oh yes, I love to talk to people.
Oh, me
But
too.
not dwarves, right?
Oh, I like to talk to dwarves.
All they
Nostrada.
needed to do was come in and talk.
Not some of my kind are not as
Friendly?
Friendly, yes. Not all dragons like to talk.
Oh, dragons. I wasn't sure your kind. You meant dragons or brassy boys.
Certainly
Oh, no.
glad we are
Ra-
talking.
Trogdor, this is Runner, and this is Noah.
Oh,
With
yeah.
Salem.
Runner's probably talking.
Runner is like terrified but also fascinated. So he's like standing like somewhere between just like Noah is like already like next to where his body is just like can I touch? I don't see why not. Oh my god. And it's like
I'd like to touch
Ran
as
it
well.
in there. Ran it in there, Noah.
if you would like to touch, I don't have a problem.
Okay, even I take off my glove. Like,
It feels like warm metal. Like you know how have you ever felt like a statue that's been out in the sun for a while?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like, but smooth.
I am certainly glad this went this way.
I'm like, I apologize.
Understand our predicament. They roped us into this.
Ooh, I'd like to cat versus cougar loose in the neighborhood. Like look at myself like with him. And, like, our tails the same. Yeah, nobody likes the kind of dragony. You know, I'm one of them.
I kind of just look at Doc and just like,
I'm like, I apologize. We're not trying to treat you like an attraction at a
Oh
traveling
no,
show.
not at all.
are you kidding? I've never seen a dragon.
Okay, so
This is
Captain
great.
is trying to
I
treat you like an attraction. at a
I do
traveling
not
show.
mind at all.
Literally the best day of my life.
You don't mind?
No, you're not.
I hate it.
I don't get to see people as often as you probably do, though.
That makes sense.
I also
Can I
find.
ask how old you are? Is that offensive?
Oh, not at all. Like, you see him like lift up a claw, just like tap his chin.
Like, I understand if you don't recall exactly. There could be seasons you're a little fuzzy on.
Let's see, where's
I mean,
that age chart?
sometimes time is complicated.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked at bearded dragons, which I get that they might be different, but the way that you would tell a male from a female is they would have 2 bumps on either side of their like crotch, almost, if they're male, and 1 in the middle if they're female.
I'm not looking.
So it's on the underside.
Yeah, I don't want to get that.
I don't want to look at the dragon's groin.
You'd be like, oh, you're a female.
I am over 1,000 years old, and I have traveled very far along this world.
Have
Many.
you ever seen anything like me before?
I have.
When?
He kind of like leans in, kind of looks you over. Tell me,
I do the Da Vinci.
Spin around.
tell me,
Like T-pose.
how far back do you remember?
2 years.
Where is it you are traveling in this desert? Why are you here?
There's a guy that is, he's not nice and he does a bunch of creepy stuff and we're going to go see him.
We have the stones of the Dark One. We're setting up to try to destroy him.
I thought I felt the presence of their magic.
We're headed to Balor's castle.
So you felt it before.
Yes, and the answer that you seek, you will find there.
Well, that's convenient.
So you've seen at that point.
I just want to point out, none of you guys, I believe, can see it, but she's been using claw hands this whole time. I can see it, but it's
That's
behind the
amazing.
screen. It's cool. Just
I feel
like
like
the
we
tip of the hat.
felt
No,
it.
it's
Jazz hands.
good.
Yeah, I love it.
The answer that you see. That's what she was like. She did it exactly
I
like
saw it on
that.
your chin, like,
Yes.
and I was impressed.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know.
I love it.
Along
It's a
that,
head to toe.
where we intend to go stop this dark one, we've kind of hit this bump in the road.
She said the answer that you seek is there anything else?
But forget that answer.
Crusher's whole thing.
You're about to find out. Don't worry about it.
I mean, who cares? It's crushing.
Alright, the answers you
Word.
seek will be at the castle. You needn't worry. You needn't worry. Everything will be fine.
So, You spoke of an arrangement that maybe we could make.
Yes.
Well,
We have many more things that we would like to ask you, but want to find out about the arrangement so we find out if that's en route to somewhere to do something.
I plan to come back to visit.
I can give you a ride to the castle in exchange for conversation.
Sure.
That is
Done.
literally the best thing I have ever heard
Yes.
in my
That
entire
is
life.
also literally what I said.
Maka sits down, crosses her legs, and is like,
Same.
But first, I need to take care of one thing. Will you excuse
Absolutely.
me?
What?
sure.
He gets up and starts leaving the cavern.
Can I insight check to see if it's like, if I feel like we're safe here?
You can.
I feel
can
safe.
I insight check to feel
I feel
or
like
to
it's
like
pretty good
to feel
blast.
like whether or not Trogdor is about to go burnate the orcs outside?
17.
Or you can do a perception to see.
Okay, perception.
Okay,
17.
you feel safe.
17?
Yeah, that is exactly what he's going to go do.
This is, I can't even imagine what you do. This is the best thing in my life.
He didn't say you had to stay.
Excuse me.
You
are
can come watch if you would like.
We all like,
Well, I mean,
Runner is.
They
Runner's
forget
decided
to
to
scamper.
I
Can-
run
excuse me.
slow.
So you intend to set them ablaze?
Yes.
May I go out and just have?
Do you,
we should
do
run
you
out like,
breathe
oh
fire?
No.
Oh,
no,
wait,
no,
hold
ma-
on.
ma-
Wait. Do you breathe fire or do you breathe something else?
I believe they breathe fire, but let me double check. I don't think
IDK.
Just give me this one.
Burning all the people.
Ooh. Bronze dragons have two different kind of breath buttons.
Two breath buttons.
Two
L2 and R2.
Secondary fire.
No, they're
Literally
great.
secondary fire.
You'll see.
Okay.
Why don't we make this fun?
I plan on it.
He has an idea.
What do you have in mind?
Let's hear your idea.
I just plan to, since we have been kind of bullied into all of this, I would prefer to let them know that we have amended our deal, and then perhaps you could show them how the amendment has happened.
What if we bring out the opal and we're like, we got it, and they get one moment of joy before they're blasted?
He hands you the opal.
Do it. This is going to be the best day ever.
Oh, wait.
Crusher doesn't seem okay with this. Is
Are
Crusher
you-
okay, or is that just Cass?
Are you gonna hand them the opal?
Oh, absolutely not.
Is
Okay,
something
I was
the
gonna say
matter?
you might get burned to death.
Oh, I don't plan on giving them the opal.
Just ask
Oh,
the
okay.
The
No,
dragon.
Just to the cave.
No, this is just for having
Yeah.
fun.
Well, I just meant where are you gonna be
Hmm?
when the dragon?
I'm just going to go right to the mouth of the
Yeah.
cave,
Okay.
and then I'm not going any further.
Going to murder?
Oh, I'm not going to murder them. I'm just going to give them a good scare.
Oh.
Our stuff.
So
I
you're
will-
not going to like go burn the village with all the
No, we don't.
children.
Oh, goodness me, no.
Okay.
Wow,
Not just the
kill
men,
people right
but the
outside.
women and the
I thought
children.
I meant to set them ablaze
No,
as
I
well,
thought he was
but
going to like burn the village and all the kids.
I was
and all
Oh,
so
no,
we
no,
don't
no.
plan
Goodness,
to
no, I
kill
would
the
never.
chief and his party
We're not going to kill them, but we will scare them away.
because I want my horse back.
Priorities,
Oh,
dude.
don't worry. We will get your horses back.
Okay then.
Well,
Like,
I
I
mean,
trust you.
All right then.
if the chief were to unfortunately perish, I wouldn't be upset by that because he seems like a pretty mean, abusive father figure to one of our friends, who's, I guess maybe
That
maybe
is
not
so
father
true.
figure, but he is the
So,
literal father.
The people outside that don't really care. It was really just the kids' parts.
Oh, I would never kill children.
Okay,
Okay.
that's cool.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
Can't wait to watch this.
that's strange.
I can't speak for my other relatives, but I would not.
okay,
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
start
not Braun.
walking out of the cave with the opal
Right? And the dragon will be behind you guys,
in the shadows.
and, like waiting.
I'm just watching from the
Okay,
shadows.
so
like,
I get with inside of the orcs.
Before you guys go, when I emerge, all of you get underneath me.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
All right. I start walking
I
out.
minor illusion smoke and stuff on us, like we got, like there was a battle and stuff.
Okay, I come walking out, and just far enough for them to see me.
Ah, you're back. It's good to see you. I'll be taking that.
Actually, no.
No?
We never really were particular to that deal that we made. We would like to amend the deal.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
And how would you like to amend that?
Well,
we're like
Is everyone-
stepping back.
well, unfortunately, we met somebody that was really, really good at making deals. So I'm going to need that tiara on your head there, Chief.
Oh, you can't have this.
I think I can.
He kind of signals, and all of his men come
Oh,
behind
wait,
him.
hold on. This isn't the right one. This clearly doesn't have enough bang for my buck. 1 second.
Trogdor!
And I went back towards the cave.
And Trogdor emerges, and you see all of the orcs
We take off
Like,
clothes underneath
pretty much
them.
piss themselves. Like, they just stand there like... And,
dive under the dragon.
Yeah.
and you see the dragon lift its
I will
head,
turn and watch what he blows out.
and he blows a... I am very sorry. He blows a repulsion breath, which knocks them back 60 feet. They have to make a DC 23 save.
Oh,
I'm just
Well, just a 23.
I'm gonna just roll for them, and they rolled a 4.
Okay,
So
Whoa.
they piss themselves.
so at that point, I'm just going to walk back over to the chief.
The chief is now 30 feet away.
I'm just going to stroll on over there. So, about that fancy little crown of yours.
Piss off. And he gets up, grabs his wolf, and starts riding away.
Yes, we got bigger concerns.
Cassidy.
Why do you even need that?
The dragon is laughing.
I can get him. Still get him.
So is Maka, laughing her ass off. She's like, "Thank
All
you.
right, so-
That was the best thing I've ever
This is the
seen."
best day. How do I get chest like that?
We'll get him later.
Okay, fine.
They said there's a plan. I'm not worried about it so far.
Okay.
We will make a stop. Before we go to the castle, we'll make a stop.
This is going to be great!
So you said conversation.
Yeah.
What information?
Shall we
what
just go back
knowledge?
inside?
So yes, come back to my lair. We will. All I request is just company and conversation. You can tell me about your adventures. You can ask me questions.
I would do that for free.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoy talking to people.
I plan to make this just a nice circle of travels. Well, got to move this
I'm
around.
like, do you have any food?
It's funny you should mention that. And he goes behind, like, over, and he brings out like a pile of like it looks like fresh kill. And
I was gonna go hunt for us. I feel like I'm providing so little to this deal.
I'm just going to take my jacket off and make myself comfortable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bring Chibi out and just pet him.
Salem is like Noah is sitting there just like a 5-year-old, just like intent, and and Salem is like next to him, just like
So, I guess we should tell him all about us. And
so. What amazing travels have you gone through? What trials? What tribulations?
So it all started when I hatched.
Well, I think we kind of probably like take turn, like let him get through his and like.
The story of
Does that mean
And
we
then he was getting
also
beaten up by
all
goblins.
share backstories right here, right now?
yeah, abbreviated,
I
I guess.
already shared mine more or less. Like,
If there's essentially if there's a story that you guys would like to recount and talk about again,
I guess we say
I
a
got-
little bit about ourselves.
I got bird napped by a vampire like
good heavens.
a day or two ago. That was pretty intense.
Maga's like a pretty decent storyteller, so starts like when it gets to when we all got together, starts telling our story since
I
we
mean-
joined, and
God
minor
forbid the bard be a
illusioning
good
stuff.
storyteller.
Huh?
I said, as opposed to the bard who can't tell a story.
Oh,
She tries hard.
Yes, actually.
Oh, okay.
I say we trade off a little minor illusion in like.
Yeah,
what
I
is it,
can't tell a
Jen?
visual story. I can.
Can you
I
play an instrument?
tell
Yes.
the dragon
Can
everything
you play
about me.
background music?
Let's see. Let me check my.
The dragon
My
is
sheet
just
music and
intent
see
in
if I have one
enjoying
labeled
all of your
BGM.
stories.
I even like once I get to that part of my story, kind of just
Yeah.
show like what happened to me.
And then I cast light and make shadow puppets for some of the bad guys.
Wait. What?
Oh yeah,
What?
I don't think he was a part of the party when you told your backstory.
I don't remember your backstory.
Slavers killed my parents. Enslaved me, but I went crazy. They tried to hang me, and I was rescued by dwarves. They actually hung me. So I have rope burns around my neck and scars on my wrist from my chains. And I cover them up with gloves and a neckerchief. So that's why the dwarves raised me.
That's intense.
I kept one of the slavers
Probably
from.
has something to do with why he likes dwarves.
I kept one of the slavers from killing the old dwarf who was the king. They took me back and healed me and raised me.
Oh, that's very neat.
Yeah, they weren't too kindly to slavers as well.
No.
But I kind of went mad a little bit, so took a while.
I tell them that I'm wanted in some places for probably killing my dad, and my mom died in childbirth, and my brother. I cast disguise self too for the first time, so everyone can see what I actually looked like with the no red tattoos. It's just a grayscale, and show where the wings would have grown, and just
We're working on.
we're
getting
working
them back.
on it, getting him back, and then I tell for the first time the story of how Crusher and I met at a temple where I'd gotten found out for not being really like an acolyte, and they were trying to kill me, and she being Crusher saved me.
Why do you hide your appearance, Bob?
I'm wanted. I was told the tieflings were evil too, so there was a point at which I accepted looking like a tiefling, but needed to look like a different tiefling, so I got some
Insight check. Are
magical-
tieflings really evil?
Some are.
I got some magical, what would they be called? Runes etched into my skin to make it look red. My wings were cut off. My horns they're growing out now. Some, but yeah, my brother taught me how to not look as much like a tiefling. Said other people hated them. Turns out it was my family more than anyone.
So I cracked my way out of my egg, and I got out, and the brood mother took care of us, and she taught me about her gods, the Zarmuks, and I followed them, and they began to give me power to let me cast spells and heal people and do magic, and she used it for, she was a statue maker. But then the chieftain found out that she was using sorcery, and I don't know, he had some like thing about her. The broodfather found out, and the broodfather killed her because he was afraid of her magic. I had been doing magic out in the open for months and months. I didn't know that was whatever, and I ran away, and I discovered, well, I ran out of the cave, and I saw sunlight for the first time, and I hated it. And I still do. It's awful. And then I ran, and on the beach I found these two men, and one of them was missing a leg. And I just did what I always did, and I used magic, and I used a stick, and I put it in, and I made him a little peg leg. You know, obviously I've gotten much better since then, but it turned out that the men were sailors, and they took me back to their captain, and because they had gotten injured while foraging, I found out I lived on an island. And then I sailed with the Navy, being the ship's doctor, for 4 or 5 years until I couldn't go any further. Like, I'd seen everything there was to see. I discovered everything there was to discover. But I was very worried because for the first time, I didn't have a pack. I didn't have anything like that. And I'm not good alone. There's too many dangers, too many, all of that. And then I found these guys.
We never did exactly. Why were those goblins putting a hurt on you?
Oh no, we did talk about that. I was grabbing bones from the graveyard.
From their graveyard.
Yes.
Their graveyard pile.
Damn it, Doc.
I didn't know how to make Toby
That's
and
right.
Hogo type. That's what I was experimenting on the entire time until then.
Hey, Trapdoor. How
Mhm.
long do you know roundabouts how long it's been since you saw someone else that looked like me?
It's been a few years.
How long is a year?
It's been a few summers.
Do you know where they went?
And he looks kind of sad. He's like, I do, but I feel like you should know, or you should learn that for yourself. I don't want it to impair the greater mission you have ahead of you.
Okay.
Can I just be honest with you? Your meeting a dragon is also just very awesome, but why don't people come visit you more often? This is the best part of this trip that we've had.
I want to go
Well,
back to
those that have
Marvel.
only gone up against my chromatic brethren aren't exactly keen on coming near dragons.
That's a shame you don't get more visitors.
It is quite a shame.
Well, that changes today.
You look like you have questions.
I always have questions. I don't know. But most of mine, I feel like you may have answers about who I am and about. Well, no one has ever had any information, and you at least have some. But you said that I would find the answers that I seek. I guess that will have to be good enough for now.
I promise you, Crusher. And he puts like a claw, because he can't put his whole hand on your shoulder, like a comforting claw. I promise. You will find your answers before you even go inside the castle, and all will make sense. If you still have lingering questions, my cave is open to you.
Is it a nice answer?
It is a very nice answer, though bittersweet.
Do you have any questions for me?
He kind of scoops you up a little bit. I wanted to scoop up Crusher.
That's adorable. Like,
I'm just curious how you came back.
I don't know. I woke up, I guess, in a field with no one around me, and I kind of wandered, and, well, everyone was scared of me, and I guess you know what that's like. And everyone just kind of shot at me or ordered me because they thought I was a golem. And then somebody shot at me and I said ow, and she started laughing. She realized I was a person, and so I stayed with her for a year. And she was a cleric, and we talked about, I don't know, we talked about war because it was the only thing that I knew about, and it's something that she had done. And then she told me to go away. She said she was too old, and she didn't want anyone to watch her die. She told me that a warrior dies alone. So I left the only friend that I had ever known, and then, well, like a week later, I saw someone that looked a little bit like her, and so I saved her. And she's the second person that treated me like I was alive. And it's because she argued with me.
sitting there like this.
She argued argued with me constantly, and no one had ever done that before.
She is very argumentative.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
And so it begins.
I don't know. No one had ever argued with me, and I didn't know what it meant. But she still argues with me. I think that's enough. Do you want me to argue with you? I've gotten better at it.
He has.
That's not necessary. But I do see
Yes,
this.
it is. No, I'm just kidding.
The dragon laughs like,
But your friend didn't name you.
No, she just called me by my number.
But
Have
you
you-
crushed those rocks.
Yeah, I did.
Do you have any questions for us?
he sets Crusher back. They, I'm going to go with they. Gender neutral dragon. Sets Crusher back down.
2615.
What do you plan to do when you get to that castle?
What we always do.
Kick ass and take names.
Defeat some
We're all
great and
allowed to
powerful
think.
evil and hopefully walk away and have a drink afterwards.
Saying we have a plan might be too strong a word.
Do you mean what do we plan to do, or what is our goal?
We want to destroy the stones, I think.
Destroying the stones is easy.
We
Well,
wanna
Take mine
well-
out. Like,
He says as an ancient dragon. They say as an ancient dragon.
whatever.
But you will need them to get into the castle. And
Yes.
Runner pipes up. Yeah, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
that's better
Interrupt.
coming from them.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Be more, sir.
You should listen. You should probably listen to this one. And he kind of like points over at Runner, since he knows what he's talking about.
What does Runner do?
Runner's just like touched. Like, you know how like if you've spent like months or years where people have just put you down, you have that one person that actually says something nice to you, and you just feel your heart explode, and like the one tear. It's like that's Runner right now.
With the Steven Universe eyes and tear.
Yeah, like the sparkly. Thank you.
Probably should listen better generally, I think.
Well,
Been thinking
do
about
He's made
that
some
recently.
changes in his
do
life.
y'all know what exactly we're going to find in Baylor's castle?
You will find many tests. Don't let them come between you as friends. Be wary, because around every corner there is going to be someone waiting to take you out.
Is this a good path? Is this something that should be done?
Yes. This is something that is necessary.
Has this been done before?
It has.
If we do it again, will it stay done? Or is someone else going to have to do it like we're having to do it now?
It all depends on the end game. The last heroes, while strong, were not strong enough to stop it for good. But their hearts and souls reside in you. I can see it. Your same drives, your same feelings. You are very much like them.
But they weren't strong enough.
That's what makes you different. You do think differently than they do. You're much more clever.
You know that feeling when like nobody talks good about you, and then all of a sudden the dragon says they believe in you. That's like, oh, that's in my heart right now.
If anyone can defeat this darkness, it is you.
It is Toby
With Toby's help.
And Helga.
and Helga.
And Chibi. Helpful for the first time. No.
There's just like a little meow from Salem.
You come here empty hand. I have a gift.
A gift.
I reach into my bag of holding, and I pull out my dad's gun. The intricate piece, and I just kind of I've never been able to use this thing, but I think leaving it here, maybe somebody will come along one day that can.
He picks it up with his little claws. Or, well, not his little claws. He picks up a little gun with his giant claws.
It's not much. It was my father's.
Do you know what this gun is capable of?
What? Not shooting?
And he just kind of gives you a look. All guns shoot. He hands it back to you. You can give that to me after your adventure. I think you'll need it.
Like, do you want a flashbang or like some gold? I have some gold.
I think he's got gold.
I have no use for gold and gems.
I have a magic flask.
A magic flask.
Yeah.
Every bedroll.
I have femurs and ribs.
You can
Those are
keep
bees.
those.
Did you
I
get rid of your
do-
bees?
I do have an affinity for magic items. If you would like to give me one, I would not be upset by it.
We're all like searching inventories, like, what do we have?
I have a magic flask.
I graciously accept. Thank you. He does like a little head scritch on you.
The only thing I have is that badge, but I gave that to Crusher.
I have a bag.
I can't take the badge from the sheriff of town.
The what?
I was like, I can't take the badge from the sheriff. Like fun teasing. Number one deputy can't do that.
We'll bring
Yeah.
back gifts
I'll
when we
give
come
him.
to visit.
I'll give him the ring
Is it the ring of
of
evolution?
spiritual weapon.
No.
That's the only thing I have.
You do not have to give me anything.
Well, we'll be bringing gifts when we come back to visit.
Do you want one day of rations?
If you
man.
bring me back a trophy
Ooh.
from Balor, how about that?
Gladly.
Oh,
Bring
We're gonna
me
have the
one of
biggest
his.
necklace made.
Two glass things with blood in them.
We're gonna have one
What
big
kind of
necklace
trophy
made
do
with
you
like
want?
Bring me one of
more
his
lights.
weapons.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay.
Bring me a weapon from him.
A weapon?
Yes.
You got a deal.
I don't have demon weapons in my possession. I would like to add that to my collection.
Same.
Give them an engraved pocket watch from cellar holes that belonged to somebody who died with the werewolves that kept, and one of the magical daggers, and assure them I'm keeping the weapons that I need, but I have an extra. This is a magical +1 dagger, and I love if you would want it.
Thank you very much, Maka. I enjoy it. He doesn't give you head scritches because he's not sure how you feel about that,
That's probably wise.
but he appreciates it. He kind of like looks out the cave. It looks like it is growing dark. What do you say?
This has been the best day of my entire life.
What
Can,
do you say?
can we come back and visit these after we?
Absolutely.
Like, I'm gonna come back twice.
Just gonna leave.
Just letting you know.
What do you say before we turn in for the night that we go get your things so we can have a little sleepover?
Wait. So, how are we gonna get back there?
There's a dragon.
He kneels down so you can all climb on his back.
Or just Falcoring it like.
I'm
Never ending
in
story.
Drunk, don't go.
You
I
don't.
know if I want to fly with him or ride on him.
You can change your mind as we go.
Get on, get back off, get on, get back off.
It's like landing on an aircraft carrier.
Would
for
you- Are you riding on the dragon, or do you want like the dragon to like carry you?
I'm on the dragon.
You want the
I've heard
dragon to
this,
carry
I'm
you?
on the dragon. What are y'all doing? I'm on the dragon.
He has one clawed hand like there, so you can like ride in his claw.
I'm close to his ears so I can yell observation. Just like, hey, what is that? Where is that? How far is it?
I'm a very fast bird. I can like zoom around him like a really annoying fly.
Hopefully
As
he
soon as
won't
I
be
put the
irritated
book
by
away,
that.
Yeah,
as
I mean,
soon
I
as-
don't
We-
think he's gonna leave
Somehow
her
I think we should
behind.
hold on very, very tightly.
The dragon is so nice, you know.
We,
I mean,
we
the
are,
dragon
we
probably
are riding a
moves
dragon.
having
very,
heated
very
seats.
fast, but
Heated seats.
We just gotta lay on the dragon.
He's going, like,
Oh.
casual speed, and I'm going as fast as I can. I can zoom around.
Get there and you're all like sweaty and like.
Well, it's kind of like whenever you have like a really tall friend who takes normal strides, but you're really short, so you have to like jog.
It's like when I was-
I made a slight miscalculation with the breath weapons that the dragon has. Because I was looking at the wrong dragon. I was looking at a bronze dragon, not a brass dragon.
Whoops.
So
There's a difference between a bronze and a brass.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bronze dragons are the ones that have repulsion breath. Brass dragons have fire breath and sleep breath.
We'll just say they got a little
Well-
scorched then.
We'll just say that something happened.
They were smoking as they ran off. Like leaving a trail of smoke as they left.
So their fly speed is 80 feet.
Holy shit, hold on.
That's why I thought if he's going at like super casual speeds, and I'm going as fast as I possibly can, I can swim around.
Yeah, he's flying very casually and just letting you zip around him.
I never get to fly as fast as I can.
Which is how fast?
Technically, in combat, it's 50 feet, but
So
that's
running it would be doubled,
running. It
right.
would be doubled.
or would it be tripled? Do you have a thing for?
It doesn't say.
I would say double.
At this point, everyone is probably taking damage from the sound of me going,
Oh man, I'm under the dragon.
Yeah, Crusher is riding in his cow.
hopefully,
Crusher is
hopefully,
literally-
Crusher
Oh
can
my
do it.
God.
It's small enough to be carried by anything ever.
What is
And
that?
he's excited, isn't
What
he?
is
I
that?
hope that you can hear me. Just
You know, like whenever like a siren's blaring and it goes past you, and you hear the.
Doppler effect.
That's it. I get that from his screaming.
oh, you hear it 5 seconds after I pass.
Eventually, y'all make it towards the encampment, and you start descending, and you start seeing orcs freaking the fuck out, and it's kind of beautiful.
Like, thaumaturgy, little like exploding noises and stuff.
He lands gracefully. Now, Crusher, I do apologize, but you will have to ride on my back if I'm to carry the horses.
You get Pam.
He like picks you up and like sets you on his back with everybody, and then just walks over to where the horses are, and just scoop, flap, and off.
Nice.
Deuces.
The orcs barely had time to actually say anything or do anything. Not that any of them were doing much. Like, you saw some of them trying to attack,
Panicked running.
but all it was doing was breaking their spears.
Maka just winks.
You know what? No, you guys catch eye, like your eye, like you catch gazes with the chieftain.
Just business. You understand?
He's furious, but he really can't do much against a dragon.
You'll be happy to hear that Adam turned out much better than you.
As I fly away on the dragon. Best day ever.
The dragon takes you back to his lair, sets the horses down outside. They're good. They're just like,
Hopefully not panicked. Well, I'll tie up the horses and
Yeah, they're-
give them something to calm them down, a couple of apples or something.
I got there and asked Cassidy to teach me how to like groom like their necks and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Calm them
Yeah,
down.
I'll give her one of the spare. I suppose we have horse
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, I'll give
Yeah.
her probably a spare brush and try to brush out their
Just
manes
try
and
and calm
tails.
them down.
it's very therapeutic, and after a bit, they calm down.
I kind of like that. It's kind of nice.
Hmm?
I give her an apple.
I heard that some dragons are capable of taking a human form.
Ah,
Do you have one?
I do.
No
Can I see it?
way.
Everything This dragon has said has just been a new awesome surprise.
I know.
Is it a thought?
Did we just become best friends? I think we just became best friends.
You do so much better for us as best friends. I will live my life aspiring.
I just wanted to leave this cave without being burned to death, and it's turned out to be even better.
Give me just one moment. And he kind of like steps back from all of you.
I just kind of look away.
I kind of-
out respect.
And-
I go to Kira, I'm like,
You see the form of him just turn into like a brilliant light, like not blinding, but just
Blinding.
and this,
For you,
this
Blind.
dragon's gigantic.
yes.
Oh boy.
And you just see it. The light shrinks down.
Sailor Moon style.
Oh, it's Steven Universe. Yeah.
Either one works. Where it's just like you just see the shape form
It's a
getting
dragon
smaller
turning into a
and smaller until it is a about 6 foot tall humanoid with long, kind of oranged hair.
Is it wearing a crop top?
Is it a girl
No.
or a boy?
You can't tell. It's
a
very
dragon.
it's very
No.
ambiguous.
Binary.
Yep. The clothes are very flowy and look almost like the clothes look like they were made from metal, but they look and float like fabric.
This is the coolest thing ever.
The only thing that gives it away or gives them away that they're not completely human is the fact that their eyes, while they do have like the scaleras, their eyes shift colors from like a coppery bronze to green.
With your description, I keep thinking Kale Fass.
No, we're not going to World of Warcraft again.
Always go in
Does he
there.
have like a nictitating membrane still?
Oh yeah, with double eyelids.
No, he has normal eyelids. He does. They do have like little pointed ears, like half elf ears.
So do you go about regular folk like that just to see what life is like?
Mm-hmm. Every now and then.
Ooh. Maka walks over and hands him the earring of the chief.
He laughs hysterically.
Oh.
Tells him what it was. He's like,
That's just salt in the wound on this.
Anybody have a problem with that? Like, is that
No.
okay? with you?
No,
Here you
that's
It
go.
was
fine.
absolutely great.
Here's the trophy for you. Like,
He walks over and like floats up to the wall and just like hangs it up, and then assumes his normal form, which
That's-
is just as fascinating to watch
I'm like-
happen in reverse.
can you come with us?
This is not a fight that I should join.
I figured couldn't hurt to ask.
You say should. Why shouldn't you?
This is a fight. How to put this?
Is the fear of corruption?
Oh, no.
Well, I thought you said there would be things in there wanting to turn us against our friends.
Yes.
That's what I thought you were.
That magic does not work nearly as well on me.
Not surprising. Nothing can hurt you.
Oh, things can.
Does it maybe start a much bigger fight if you're involved?
Yes. I must remain neutral if possible.
Okay.
Is there any way you can aid it? Like anything you can do? Any, I don't know, blessings of the dragon or something?
I can give you this. He walks over and he picks up the opal again. I may have lied a little bit. There is magic in this opal.
What kind of magic is it?
He sets it down, for whoever to pick it up.
I'll pick it up.
When you get to Balor,
Mm-hmm.
give it a squeeze.
Like,
Does it matter which
I pick it
of us
up.
uses it?
No,
He
he
already
already picked it up.
Does it matter which of us uses it?
No.
Does it make a
Probably.
squeaky noise?
You'll see. And he kind
I
of
really need a big pearl. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, probably put it in the bag of holding, right?
he gives a wink. You'll see.
It's gonna make a squeaky noise.
Patrimony.
Eh.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, I think we should all get some good rest.
Do
I
you
think
have,
it will be the best rest I've ever had.
do you have a pearl? Just something we fancy pearl.
I'm just going to say
Oh.
we don't need to set a watch.
Oh, plenty. You are more than welcome to take as many as you need.
Excellent.
Just
I'd like to find a pearl that's worth at least 100 gold pieces so I can start identifying things.
you find one very easily.
Maybe a diamond.
Excellent. Well, he only said pearl. I
everyone's-
don't want to impose.
Everyone's starting to turn in?
Not just
Yeah.
gonna
I have a question
gather
for
all.
you.
Mhm.
If I had been
It's right there
invisible,
for
would
this.
you have seen me?
I would have.
I'm going to go outside.
Okay,
All right.
see the thing again, the opal.
Oh, sure, before I go out, sure.
I'm gonna sit down and cast Identify on it. Choose one object. If it's a magic item, I learn its properties and how to use them.
It just says squeeze me.
You know that you don't know exactly what it's called, but you know that if you squeeze it, something will be brought to you.
Okay.
So there's teleportation magic in it.
So, okay.
We
I'll
can
take it
put
back.
it in a pocket dimension, yes? It'll be fine.
Oh, yes, you can put it in a bag of holding if that's what you're asking.
I'll put it back down, but I'm going to leave I'm not taking my bag out there. I'm leaving it with my gear. So, oh, no, I do take the bag outside. I'm just going to go out outside.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything suspicious. Y'all want to come along and figure out what I'm doing, that's fine. But I proceed outside, and I'm going to take the gun out.
Okay.
Is the dragon laying down?
Is this your dad's
Yeah.
pen?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like cuddle up
I
next
step,
to it.
You
I probably step
most
away,
certainly
kind of away
can cuddle
from
with
the
the dragon.
horses,
Yeah,
and
go to sleep.
I don't know, try to pull the trigger again. See what happens.
I'm asleep already.
Did the dragon go to sleep? Before the dragon went to sleep, can I ask if I can sleep on top of it?
You most certainly can.
I know, me too. I'm cuddling up next to him.
Noah is already like on the dragon. Just like,
Maka
this is
pulls
amazing.
a doctor kind of thing and looks like, tries to see her back and compare it to the wings. But, like, they're not grown.
did Crusher want to do anything before the dragon went to sleep? Ask questions. Okay.
No, he's gonna sit by the head of the dragon and just look at it and just go to sleep, sitting with his back against the wall.
I load one round in and pull the trigger.
And your
Excellent.
dad's
I
pen?
pull the trigger. Just off in the distance.
And it shoots.
It does.
It scores.
Go!
It doesn't like blow my hand off or anything, does it?
There's a bit of a recoil, but it shoots.
I take one of the guns out of my holster, out of my side holster, and I put it in there. And I'm just going to leave it there. And I'll go back inside and go to sleep.
I'm like, Cassidy, you good?
I guess so.
It was a pretty good day.
We rode a dragon.
We did ride a dragon!
I
Yes,
found
Deborah.
I found the highest part of the dragon. That's where I am.
When the morning comes,
I get smushed when the dragon rolls.
yes,
over.
all of you die because you get smushed by the dragon.
Bummer.
My Crusher's by the
Why
door.
Dragon
No.
rolled over to sleep, we're all dead.
Except for Crusher, who's the only one that didn't like plant themselves on the dragon.
I didn't. I kind of just disrespectful.
Well, then
Crusher-
you guys can start
Crusher
a new
wakes
party.
up like, oh no,
Oh no.
alone again.
I guess the dragon's the crusher now.
Hey.
Walks up to a bag, takes all the stones.
No, you wake up, no one got squished in the night. Noah did fall off. He's now sleeping in like, you know how someone looks like when they've like slumped off the couch?
Like a 2-year-old fell off their little.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yup.
They're like only the arm is left on the toddler bed kind of thing.
And they
Yeah.
have like the mashed sweat hair.
Yup. That's exactly what he looks
So
like.
Everybody's got scale lines on their faces.
Yep, everyone that's sleeping on the dragon has the conditioned scale lines on their face.
The condition.
What if you?
It's all right. Lesser restoration.
It's
What
underneath
if you
all the
can't
feathers.
see
You have a cowlick instead.
Oh,
I see
how
that and laugh.
Bing.
Just got a little bit there.
He wants move
There you
down.
go.
Bing. You know, the dragon feeds you breakfast. It's basically just the leftover meat from the night before.
Like a baby bird.
I lick my
No.
hand before.
He assumes that all of you can eat
At one point,
like
I'm like,
people.
can you heat this up for me? See if he breathes on it.
He just kind of
Dope.
Ooh, I can make coffee.
That's amazing.
My ring, I can heat up water. I made coffee. I kind of just hold the pot just until it gets hot.
That's a neat trick.
you have coffee.
Ah! It's kind of weak.
I'm like, when after we return, I'm gonna give you this Maria's Star of Invincibility for a trophy.
Oh, I look forward to it. He looks excited.
A
Not that he
slight
needs
tune
it, but-
plays for
You
me.
might have to remind me.
I will try my best. Now, who is ready to go to the castle? Who would like? He holds out a claw for you to ride in, and then is lowered so everyone can climb on.
Can I try that in your other hand?
He holds out into the claw.
Yes.
Anytime the dragon offers a ride, I just immediately like.
I just wanted
Do
to
you all
try.
feel comfortable leaving your horses here?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you going to eat them? No judgments.
No. Horse meat's a little tough.
That's fair.
Wow, I still enjoy it.
Oh,
This
to each
one
their
likes
own.
possum.
But you like the greasy stuff.
I do also that.
Oh,
Noah has like clambered back up onto the dragon. Runner is unsure how he feels about this. I mean, he climbs up on the dragon. He's not gonna not.
it's not gonna not climb with a dragon.
I assume you're going to be flying around? Excellent. I do enjoy a flight companion. And away you go.
Yay!
To the castle.
Was that you?
Also me.
The more-
You did it as well? What did you do?
The same thing y'all
Literally
did.
do.
Oh, wow.
We had a beautiful stereo. It was great.
I've tried to resist yelling like
Okay.
the king of the world.
So
But I do it now.
as you fly, the morning is bright and sunny. It's a little warm, but with the breeze blowing by from your flight, it's not completely unbearable this time.
And that's why I fly everywhere.
As you get closer to the castle, you notice that the light seems to go away, like clouds form around. And below you, you see the ruins of Balor Castle. And as the dragon lands, that's where we will leave it for today.
It's so scary. I thought we were going to do a scary part and scary next week.
Here's to not shooting first. Good job, everybody.
I'm very proud of all of you.
That's like,
You're like,
oh,
hi.
okay.
No, I felt just a little bit outgunned on this one.
That's a weird
Listen.
feeling because you were very, very largely outgunned.
Let's just keep it 100. I can't fight a dragon. So.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It looks like our next session will be on August 3rd, barring anything that we hadn't thought about before, / emergencies. But I hope you all enjoyed the dragon ride.
The dragon tail.
Dragon tail. No, wait, okay.
I knew that was going to happen.
Focusing. All right. And this is the first session we've had pretty much that hasn't ended in combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very proud and surprised. I had
I was
everything.
about to score off with an
Not
oar.
gonna
but,
fight
yeah.
the dragon.
I'm glad y'all didn't try to fight the dragon.
Yeah,
Just saying.
that would've been a bad idea.
But thank you all. Remember, we will be back on August 3rd at our normal time of 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Remember to always brush your teeth, drink plenty of water, walk around, you nerds. Get away from the computer and walk some, just a little,
Love each other.
and love each other. Don't hate, don't discriminate, and to always keep on nerding.
That was very well done. That was
That
good.
was great. Let's get outro. That was dope. We got Ride on Dragon.
That
We
was
got
an
to meet a
amazing.
dragon.